All right, welcome in everybody. What's happening? Happy Tuesday. Yeah, there we go. All right. Good afternoon, Tilting Windmill. It's good to see you, friend. Glad you're here. And just getting things a little situated here. All right. So we have a special guest today. So looking forward to that. Excited about that. This guest approached me, I don't know, sometime last week. And they're interested in being on as a co-host. So I said, okay, let's give it a try. Let's give it a whirl. Half here anyway. Well, half is better than none. Okay, I want to make sure I got everything situated. I think I do. Hello, Jessica. It's good to see you. Read all 6 pencils in Norway. Thank you. Thank you. Getting the heart me started off right off the bat. Thank you for that. And welcome in. God only exists in the minds of men. Yeah, I hear it. Oh, yeah. I was supposed to change up the topic a little bit. Nah, we'll just roll with it. It's cool. I was gonna change the topic today, but I forgot. I've been like slammed this morning. That's why I got in 10 minutes after I wanted to. Elizabeth, good to see you. Didn't get much sleep last night, really dragging. All right, well, that's okay. Hey, self-care is number one. So I totally understand. You know, I didn't sleep that well last night myself. God is not evidence-based, it's faith-based. Well, there's no reason to believe it then. Yeah, no worries. Take your time. Just request up when you are ready. So, if you are at least 18, a believer in the God of the Bible, the Torah, or the Quran, and you have evidence that God is real, request up and let's talk. So on TikTok, tap the little blue and pink icon on your phone. And on YouTube, there's a link right above my head that you can use. Okay, I should restart this then. Let's reload this. HLT, good to see you. Happy Tuesday. And who sent me a little fan? Elizabeth B, thanks for the fan. Bragizi, good to see you. Hey, thanks for that. Ember, good to see you. So happy Tuesday. So we're going to have a special guest come up shortly. And they're gonna help me co-host today. I am reborn to have the Spirit of Christ inside me. How do we know that's true? Crash, good to see you. And Crash, I've been watching your lives in the hallway lately, and your lives have been fire. So, Crash, XCX0 is doing some good stuff. Yeah, so y'all should follow Crash. All right. Can hear you. How you doing, Welsh Dragon?
Pretty good, pretty good. Yeah, I'm just doing some studying for my final. So
Okay.
yeah. Do you want me to just explain who I am? Just
Yeah. Real quick without doxing yourself too much, but yeah.
yeah. So Hi, I'm a 2 year now just paleontology student. Finishing up the big final this Friday for my bachelor's. I officially am an evolutionary biologist. I have my bachelor's. Got
Damn.
it a few weeks ago. Yeah.
Love it.
Very happy. W posted.
Congratulations, by the way. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks. Previous to that, I went to Hartpury University, which is in England. So I currently live in America now, but um, so all the way in England. Went to Hartpury, got my veterinary
Cool.
bachelor's or veterinary medicine bachelor's.
Cool.
Um, and I got the opportunity to go to America to study evolutionary biology and paleontology, and so I took that.
Cool.
So yeah, within the next few years, I do hope to get my master's in evolutionary biology. So
Oh, that's
yeah,
fantastic.
I'm 20. I moved to America when I was 10, 9 or 10, and have basically lived here until I was like 17 and I went to college. Then, yeah.
Wow. Are you graduating
It was
early? Sounds like you're graduating early.
So I graduated, well, I didn't graduate early. It's just that like where my birthday is,
Oh, got it.
basically made
Got
me
it.
like the youngest in the senior year, but I was 17
Got it.
at
Okay.
the
That's
end of
cool.
senior year.
That's cool.
So yeah, that was very fun. Yeah, I'm a
Nice.
summer baby. So
Nice.
yeah.
Very cool. All right. Well, that's good to hear. And man, I'm just glad you reached out to me. Oh, Poho, good to see you. I'm just glad you
Yeah, no,
reached out to
I've seen
me
your
and
lives a couple times.
yeah,
Seen your lives a couple times. You seem pretty cool. I usually am on over on Evidence First, which so you sent over a raid yesterday, which was fun.
right
Um,
on.
yeah, that one's a
Yeah,
little. This live seems a bit more calmer.
a little bit more, but it can get spicy at
Yeah,
times. It can get
you can
spicy.
get.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've seen it get spicy. It's very fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, no, excited to talk about evolution and why the Bible is false, or
Word.
really
That's what we like to
any
hear.
religious text.
Yeah. That's what we like to hear. Well, hey, maybe chat, the guy who was talking about seeds will come back. Because now we got somebody
Ooh,
who
back with new content. I've actually spoken to
there.
that guy
That's
in
who
the
you're talking.
comments.
Yep.
I've spoken to him. He's really annoying.
He's out there. Yeah, he's out there.
Yeah, I don't know tons about abiogenesis. I did study up a little bit on it earlier today. I was watching a little video about it on the different current models about it, because it isn't a complete. It's not a scientific theory. It's still considered a scientific hypothesis that has a ton of evidence supporting it.
It's got a lot of
Um,
evidence. Yeah.
yeah, most of the problems are to do with the fact that RNA, a quote. Oh, thanks for the gifts, guys. By the way, the main problem with abiogenesis, problem I put in quotations, main thing we haven't figured out yet. Mainly is because RNA is quite unstable. But
Mm-hmm.
that is fixed by phospholipid layers surrounding it. And I mean the like basically effectively the warm pond theory is basically RNA world hypothesis theory.
Oh,
Um,
guess who's here?
it's not what?
Guess who's here?
Oh, is
Speaking
it the
of, it is back with new content.
speak of the non-existent devil?
Yeah, right? Right?
Yeah,
So we can talk about seeds here. Okay, this should be fun, y'all.
yeah,
This should be
yeah.
real
No,
fun. That we got back with new content here. So hang tight, back with new content. We'll get you up here in a minute.
yeah.
Guess who's Bizak? Exactly, Jessica. So this is gonna be fun.
Yep,
Yeah, this will be
it's
fun.
fun.
Yeah. Now, what are your
Yeah.
aspirations in terms of like, like creating content or, like do you
Yeah.
hope to host
I've
some
been
lives
thinking
or?
of creating content, and I mean now I feel a lot more, verified in creating content. Like I have like 2 videos on this channel. I have another channel which has like, 2 videos.
Mm-hmm.
That
Mm-hmm.
one's just a older account. Um, and I've thought of like multiple other things. I've thought of making a gaming channel. Thought of making obviously a biology channel.
Mm-hmm.
And I might do that now that I feel more. I'm trying to figure. I feel less like an imposter now saying that I'm an evolutionary biologist. So I might do a biology channel.
Okay. Well, that's great to hear, man.
But more aspirations. Just in general, I've really been looking into doing a professorship. Being a
That's
professor of
fantastic.
biology would be great. But anyway, I'm only 20, so it's a long ways
Yeah,
down the
you
road.
got a ways to go. Exactly. You got a ways to go. But
I
you
got a ways to go.
now you've seen Forrest Valkai, right?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
he's
Not an
one of my
I don't
biggest
think he's
inspirations.
evolutionary biologist. Yeah. I don't think he's evolutionary biologist. I think
I
he's
think
micro. Maybe
he
evolutionary.
might. I'm pretty
Maybe.
sure he's an evolutionary biologist. I
Okay,
think he has
maybe
a
he is.
master's.
Yeah. He's got his
Yeah,
masters. Yeah. So, I mean,
yeah,
there's the trajectory, man. There's the
yeah. No,
something to shoot for.
he's really good.
Yeah, he is. He's
Definitely,
fantastic.
definitely.
So, well, I'm just happy to have you here. I'm really thankful that you requested to be on, and this is really cool. So I appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Yeah.
And
Let's.
so we're gonna hope to get you a lot of follows today, so you can,
That sounds great.
yeah, so you can get some lives going and all that stuff. We'd love to see you on lives
Yeah.
and
That,
doing your thing.
yeah.
So
That'd be great. I currently I'm just joining lives because I have busy stuff, but
yeah,
I don't know. We'll see. Maybe summertime I'll definitely have a lot more free time.
okay, well,
Though I am planning on doing a internship, so
okay, well, we'll see what happens. All right, so
we'll see. We'll see what happens.
yeah. All right, so we got 2 guests in the queue. So again, if you are in the guest queue or thinking about joining the guest queue to talk to us, please be at least 18, a believer in the God of the Bible, the Torah, or the Quran, and have some evidence that God is real. So, all right, here we go, everybody. Back with new content. Back for a third time. How's it going?
You've
Hey,
had him 3 times.
how you doing, sir?
Yeah, doing well, doing well. So, welcome
Good,
back.
it's good.
Yeah, you still a Christian?
I'm still a Christian.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah. I still believe it.
All
That
right.
Christ died for my sins. Mhm.
All right. Are you driving?
No. I'm literally on my lunch break right now in my vehicle.
Fantastic. All right. Okay. Well, we'll make the most of your lunch break. We won't waste any time. So, all right, let's get it started. What do you got for us? What's your best evidence God is real?
Um, we had this conversation last time,
Mm-hmm.
and you had some help on your panel, and it seemed like everybody was just beating around the bush. Nobody was answering my question. You was asking questions that had nothing to do with what I was asking, and I felt like you was kind of avoiding the
Well,
simplest thing.
all right, let's not
But
go
let's
into
try it
the
again.
meta. Let's just
Okay,
get
no
into it.
problem. Let's
Yeah, let's
okay.
just
So
get into it.
I just gotta keep it real simple. I'm not gonna use the C's today because you guys have a hard time explaining where it came from. So we gotta find something else.
The
Well,
sea,
see, here's the thing. Here's the
like
thing.
the
Back with new
oceans.
content.
Please.
Hold on. Back with new content. All right. Now you've read the Bible, right?
Yeah, I've read Genesis 1:29. Yes.
Okay. What does 1 Peter 3 verse 15 say?
Oh, I don't know it by memory.
You don't know by memory? Okay, let's bring it
No,
up
sir.
for you. Okay, let's bring it up for you.
I'm not a Bible expert either, so just to let you know.
While he's bringing that up, back with new content, were you
But
talking
why
about
do
the
you,
seas?
no tree
Seeds.
seeds? Tree,
Seeds are evolved
right? See,
from gametes.
thank you. What now? What are
There's,
the gametes? No problem. Where the gametes come from?
the gametes came from from the evolution of meiosis.
What
Let
is
me
that?
just get a quick article on that.
What is it? What does it look like?
All right.
Do you know what meiosis is? Also known as sexual. We'll pause for now.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, we'll come back to that. We'll table that for just a second. But all right. So you see it above my head? You see 1 Peter 3 verse 15 above my head?
Yes.
Okay. You read that before?
It's kind of blurry. Okay, but in your heart, it's kind
Sanct-
of blurry for some reason.
Okay. Let me see if I can make it a little bigger for you.
Lord.
Yeah. Sanctify Christ as Lord.
Or sanctify as Christ as Lord. Always be ready to make your defense to anyone who demands from you in account to the hope that is in you. Right. So I bring you to counter that. I bring you on Romans 1:20.
Okay. So there's a contradiction in the Bible.
There's no contradiction in the Bible.
Yeah. Well,
Because
if you're
1:20
countering it, it's a contradiction.
No,
So
meaning
is
that
1 Peter
okay,
3 verse 15 true or not true?
oh, It's true.
Okay,
But what
very
I mean
good.
by
So if it's true, that means when you have a prepared defense, that doesn't mean that you just sit up here and ask questions of us, right? You have to provide your evidence. So and it says the word accounting, right? Okay.
because
So when you do an accounting, all right, like say you get audited by the IRS, you have to, or you get audited by the IRS. You have to provide receipts. You have to demonstrate to them
right,
that your
right.
accounting is true. So this is what we're looking for. We're looking for receipts. Okay. So that's what we want from you today. All right. So we clear on what we need. Now we'll answer your
Right. So
questions. Don't worry about that. We'll answer
I'm
your
not,
questions. However, you have to provide receipts. I'm just making that clear. All right.
all right.
All right.
So
So what's your
everything.
evidence? We'll start with your evidence, and
Okay,
then
thank you.
we'll get to and then we'll answer your question. So what's your evidence?
I don't got no questions right now. So in everything we see in life has things that are made and designed by others, and that would be their evidence of receipt. We know that
Well, that's a statement.
Mercedes
That's not
Benz
a
is
receipt.
designed.
Yeah, we need a receipt for that.
Well, meaning that you can track the makers of Rolls Royce. You can track the makers of the iPhones. Those are receipts. Those are design. Those are intelligent designs.
Mhm.
Because the reason they perform the way they perform is because they're encoded in those codes in the vehicle, programmed to operate the way they do. Now the DNA and cells operate the way they do because they are encoded to do so, meaning plant life.
Back with new
So
content.
so with that being
We
said,
have
am I going to
back with
land
new
my plane?
content. No, I'm just gonna pause you.
I'm not. I didn't ask
Like
not one question, did I?
Hold
if I
on, we
may.
got a clarifying question. Hang on, we got a clarifying question. So go ahead,
Was it
Welsh.
from me or from?
Yeah.
Um,
Or point
we
of
know that those
clarification.
are designed because we have the blueprints.
Thank you.
We don't have blueprints for DNA.
Right. Okay. So now we know that DNA, right, genetic coding is the blueprint of how things are designed and perform and works. Because
Yeah.
the reason the butterfly the reason the caterpillar changes it to a butterfly is because it's encoded to do so in its genome. So with that being said, sir, if you could explain life naturally, then we should be able to duplicate these things easily. But you
No,
can't. The thing is
because
this, right?
life is very
Okay, so now here's my
hard to
question.
produce. I mean,
Okay, so
what,
now
what
here's
do
my
you mean? Like
question.
the first cell?
Now here's my question, right? Clams. Do you know
No.
what
Like
clams are?
you're kind of pivoting all over the place. But like, do
I'm
you mean
not.
like the first cell, like or like a proto
Yes,
cell?
right. You
The
believe in the
first
first.
cell that would take millions of years to make.
Or you just
We need so in science you don't like we know that gravitons must exist, which are like the particle that goes along with gravity, yet we've never observed them. You know? It's the
Now,
same concept. We don't need to make the entire process, but we just need to make every single step of the process.
yeah.
Knowing
One
that it can
question.
transition to the next step.
One question. I think this is what Welsh is getting at. What does the word constraints mean to you?
constraints.
Mhm.
I wanted to address something important because I didn't want to forget that he
Okay.
brought up.
Okay. Well, we'll write it down, and then, but I
don't
need
have
you
a
to
pen
answer
and
the
paper.
question before we continue on. All right. So what's the question? What's the point or question that you had?
Yeah. So
I'm typing it out.
well, yeah. Okay. So he said that the reason that he's not able to, you guys are not able to see it because it took millions of years and time, so you won't be able to see it. But you believe it happened. That definition, by definition, that's faith. That's
No,
belief.
'cause
Okay.
it's
Hold
so
on.
back with new
Okay.
content. Sorry,
Okay. Hold on. All right. So we'll get
Mhm.
to that in a second. But actually, my question relates to that. So, so back to my question. How do you define constraints or constraint?
What definitions? What definitions do you have? Because I wanna talk around that.
Okay.
I want to know
So
what you mean by
it's the dictionary definition. We might use the engineering definition, but it's just in the simplest form, it's a limitation or restriction. So, like, for
Right.
example, in engineering, we have something called, because I was an engineer for over 25 years. So we have something called what we have to work with as engineers, and it's called constraints. And usually constraints are around time, budget, or materials. Okay, those three things. So if we have a time constraint, that means that, like, say that we have a certain deadline we have to meet, and we have to get this project done within the deadline. All right. So that means that so we can't just order any materials we want, because sometimes if you have to custom order materials, it'll take, months and months and months and months, and we may not have that much time. So we have to work with the materials that we can get within the time constraint that we have. If it's a materials constraint, if there may be a design that the client wants, and there just may not be materials available, so we just have to make do with what materials are available. And then the same thing goes with budget. If we had an unlimited budget, we can build almost anything you want. You can design almost anything you want, but that's not reality. There's usually a budget constraint. People only have so much money, or they only want to spend so much money. So we have to work within that constraint. So in that sense, does your God have any constraints?
No.
No constraints at all. Okay. So see, here's the thing. What we know about, like, design and engineering and stuff like that is without constraints, there is a very high probability that you will turn out a very high quality, or even, you could even say, a perfect product. And so would you agree or disagree that we find imperfections in nature?
But you find what, sir?
Imperfections in nature, like in design.
No, I don't see it that way.
You don't think there are any imperfections in design in nature?
No, but I'm willing to see what you're talking about.
Okay.
I'm willing to see and take notes of it.
Perfect. So, Welsh, this is about where you're going to come in. So let's just take the human body, for example.
Yeah.
Let's take the eye. How about we start with the eye? Now back with content, would you consider the eye perfect or imperfect? The human eye.
I consider it a marvel. It's perfect. Yes.
The human eye is perfect? Okay.
Yeah, it's designed perfect.
Okay.
Clarifying question.
Yeah.
Is it always perfect?
So say again? You asked me a question?
Is it always perfect?
No, not always perfect. Not always perfect. But it's the way it's designed, though. The point that we have the eyes to begin with is a marvel.
We know the evolution of eyes extremely well.
Yeah.
It's
not faith or it's not belief. Yeah. How do you? Okay. What is your? All right. Back with content.
See,
what's your understanding?
Stuff at me and I can't reply. I know, but don't throw stuff at me and then don't allow me to respond.
Well, here I'm going to let you respond. What's your understanding? What's your understanding of the evolution of the eye? What's your understanding of it?
That it's a miracle, straight to the point. It's
a miracle?
It's to the point where, because
yeah.
I mean, the way,
explain how so. Like,
okay, the way,
detail it for us.
The way your friend said that the evolution, he just said it just simply like it's something just poof. It could be easily designed, sir.
Well, he started with his conclusion and he was going to get to the premises, but what we're trying to get on common ground here. Yeah, we're trying to get on common ground. That's why I asked you what your understanding of the eye, how the eye evolved. But you're saying it's a miracle. So can you explain to us how God created the eye?
Right, he just created it. He just that's what I'm saying. So God speaks things into existence. He speaks when he creates.
It's his word, right?
That's why. And I'm gonna land my plane. Hold on. The reason it's a miracle is because when he speaks something, God is not like us. It's the power that he have when he's creating things. It's the reason why we can't duplicate it. That's why I know there's a God. Because until the day we see a human being duplicate nature, then I will throw my Bible in the trash, sir. It's that simple.
Okay. So back to the eye. So God spoke the eye into existence, right? His spoken word, he created the eye, just like
when he
that.
created
right?
Adam and Eve, he created Adam and Eve. It was just like that.
Just
correct?
like that. Okay, just
Yeah,
like that.
Adam
All
and
right.
Eve.
Okay, cool. So then, now, how is the eye perfect to you? Like, in what way is it perfect? What are the attributes that make it perfect?
How the pretty much like the way it focuses, right, like a camera. And I mean, if you ever took photography classes,
Oh
courses, or
yeah.
do anybody in photography,
Oh yeah.
you notice how the camera lenses focuses on certain images, and
Yeah.
then the lights and everything, it bounces off the it's a marvel. That's what I'm saying. So when I look at the eye, right, it's similar to a camera, but the camera cannot do what the eye does.
Now, yeah, you're right. And
The camera
the camera
needs a
can't do
human
what the
being
eye
to,
does.
hold on, one more time, my land. A camera needs a human being to maintain it.
Does it?
See, we don't.
It needs a human being to maintain it. How
Yeah,
so?
to keep it function, to keep it
To be functioning? How so? Like what kind of maintenance do you have to do on a camera lens?
Clean the lens. Because if you don't clean the, let's start with the lens first.
Okay.
If you do not clean the lens, okay, I could set my camera on the table and leave it there for a month. You come back, the whole lens is going to be covered with dirt.
Yeah.
See, our eyes, it's automatic. Like you leave it open for a certain amount of time, it's gotta get watery. You gotta close your eye. It's gotta cleanse itself. Right.
Okay.
You leave the camera outside. You leave the camera outside in the sun. It's gotta damage the lens. See, our eyes can literally, yeah. So you get what I'm saying?
Oh, so what you're saying is if a camera lens looks up at the sun, will it get damaged?
I didn't say look up at the sun. I said just set it down.
Yeah, just leave it outside. So that's what I'm asking. So if you, yeah, so I hear that. But what I'm saying, I'm asking you, if you point a camera lens at the sun, will it get damaged?
Depending how long you depending how long you keep it. Well, depending how long, actually, no. If you leave it there for quite a while, it's facing the sun, it will get damaged.
Yeah. Okay. How long? If you
camera.
Yeah. How long if you point your eyes at the sun? If you look up at the argument, though. Well, back to content. Well, we're comparing eyes to camera lenses.
But that's not what I said.
My question for you is.
Setting the camera.
My question for you is,
putting words in my mouth now.
If you and I didn't put words in your mouth. I'm asking you a question.
Yeah, because I didn't say anything about pointing the camera at the sun. I said,
if you point your eyes at the sun, how long can you look at the sun?
I didn't say that either.
But I'm asking you. If you look up at the sun, how long can you look up at the sun before your eyes get damaged?
Oh man, for about probably a couple seconds, like you can't really directly look at the.
You can't directly look at the sun like that. Right. Mm-hmm. So, okay. So comparatively speaking, so a couple seconds for, comparatively speaking for your eyes, it's a couple seconds. That's what you said. And then how long for a camera lens when you look up at the sun? How long until it's damaged? How long would you say?
I don't know. Probably I don't know. Probably about a week or something. 2 weeks.
A week? Okay. A week versus a couple of seconds. Okay. All right. So, now, how many diseases do camera lenses contract?
None.
None. Okay. And then how many diseases do eyes contract?
They contract some diseases.
They contract some diseases. Okay. Well, now I can let Welsh Dragon take over. So I'm gonna ask you, Welsh Dragon, what kind of diseases?
Let me rebuttal you?
Well, hold on. We're gonna go over the list of diseases.
Don't pick a fight and run, bro.
Okay.
That's the thing. I'll be trying to be respectful on panels, but you guys do this all the time. That's why I crash out. Because
back with content.
You pick a fight.
Back with content.
Don't want to stay in the fight.
Hey, back with content.
Yes.
You are more than welcome.
You're
You're more than welcome to host your own live, and then you can run it any way you want. I'm not changing the subject. We're still on the eyes.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So I'm asking. I'm asking Welsh Dragon a question because he's going to have a degree in evolutionary biology. So I'm about to ask him, what kind of diseases do the eyes have? Like, for example, can you talk about cataracts? Like, how do cataracts come across?
Right. Let me rebuttal. I understand that. I get it.
It's not your turn, man. I asked Welsh Dragon a question.
Like,
hold on.
Yeah. No, it's like obviously cataracts, which is the damaging of the natural lens over the course of time.
And what damages it? What damages the lens? The
The
sun,
gotta let me-
light, you
the
know?
sun
Yeah.
damages it. And you know how
Right.
I know that, guys? You know how I know that? Because I had cataract surgery last year, and it is
Watch
because of
this.
the protein buildup in my lenses that caused
watch this.
that caused things to get filmy, and then they had to go and scrape all that shit out. And
Watch
it is
this.
now what's the reason, Welsh
Too
Dragon,
easy.
that cataracts develop? What's the reason for that?
So it's basically caused, or it's like you said, protein buildup along the and damaging of the natural lens of the eye.
Wait for my turn to fight back.
Natural lens of the eye.
And there's also other diseases. Someone brought up astigmatism, which isn't a disease; it's a disorder that happens
it.
when you're born. It's when your eye
have that too.
is an oval,
Mhm.
not a perfect sphere. It's an
Yep.
oval.
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
Okay.
I mean,
so it's not
that's caused-
perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not a sphere. It's born like that.
Mm.
You're born with an astigmatism.
Mhm.
You
Got it.
probably can get it somehow, but
Gotcha.
And
Gotcha.
what
Can-
does
can I-
what does the hey, we're not done yet.
Oh,
What's the
man.
ovaling? What causes the ovaling of the eye for astigmatism?
just a natural birth defect. It's not.
It's a
It's
birth
nothing
defect.
specific. It's a
Hey,
birth
genetic,
chat,
right?
watch this. Watch this, chat.
Yeah, it's genetic. It's just something that happens in in utero.
I need y'all to
Mhm.
stand on
It's
this.
just-
I need y'all to stand on
Just
all that what y'all
during the
just
eye
saying right now.
formation, something goes wrong. Either genetic
Copy that.
mutation, or
Mhm.
just I don't know. Maybe something
Mhm.
happens to the mother, and that
Right.
removes
right.
some nutrients ability to go to
Facts.
the eyes.
Facts.
Not
Facts.
just
I like
so
that.
it's
Yeah.
not perfect.
Not perfect.
I like
okay.
There's
that.
also
All right.
like
I like that.
glaucoma and
I like
Glaucoma.
that.
All right. One question to you, back with
It's
content.
just multiple disease.
Yeah.
I want a rebuttal.
One question to you. So,
I want a rebuttal.
how many camera lenses just come out misshapen and oval?
How many lenses? Come
Yeah.
on,
How many cameras have you found with a misshapen or oval camera lens?
Not none.
It's like
None.
on the
How many
shelf.
camera lens? Yeah. How many camera lenses have you come across with cataracts?
Oh, none, man. None.
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 So zero.
Yeah,
okay.
right.
Okay.
Right,
and
right,
then
right.
okay. And then back to Welsh. What
Right,
do you know, like the percentage of people who develop cataracts and have astigmatism?
Come on,
we
man.
could probably look
like,
it
come
up.
Depends on
on.
the
I
area,
get
but-
it. Can I get
I
my
mean, as you
turn?
get older, it becomes more and more common.
Because more and more common.
I'd guess like
Easy.
overpopulation, probably like
Watch
Mhm.
10%.
this.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm not
and-
exactly sure.
yeah,
Don't-
and then-
don't quote me on that.
Yeah. And then how many camera lenses over time develop cataracts? Back with new content.
Oh, none, man. None,
Zero.
bro.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, none.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
All right. Okay.
I'd
Ready?
also,
You ready? You both ready?
Just one more thing that I'd like
Yo,
to add.
bro.
Well, you mentioned maintenance, which the human body does maintenance on the eyes, but also the Hubble telescope
Oh, boy.
is, I think I don't know if it's further than the moon, but it is the furthest. It's one of the furthest objects away from Earth, and it is a camera, one of the most advanced cameras. It can see into other galaxies.
Oh,
it can
yeah,
see
yeah. It's
black
awesome.
holes.
Oh, yeah.
It does
All
not
right.
need
Uh-huh.
maintenance because it cannot get maintenance.
Doesn't mean
Right,
maintenance.
right,
How far
right.
can we see with our eye? Like a person with perfect vision, Welsh Dragon. How far can they see?
Yeah,
Like,
let me see. How far can the human eye see clearly? Let's say.
Yeah, clearly.
Eye.
Because we're talking,
you
we
can,
can see
like, make out-
galaxies. Yeah, with like the James Webb, we can see galaxies. Like we can see I think they just discovered one that was like 13 billion light years away.
Yeah,
I just read
there's
about
a
it the other
star
day.
that's Literally 13. There's a star that is 13.8 billion years old, which means
Yeah.
it was one of the first stars.
Yeah. It was like within like
Yeah, we can see
280
about
million
3
years.
Oh, wait, before the Earth's curvature. Trying to see without. You can see 39 miles. That's
39
not-
miles?
I don't know if that's clearness. I don't know if that's
39
clear,
miles with a God-made eye, but with a man-made eye, we can see 13.8 billion light years. Interesting. All right. Back with new content. What you got? I know you've been chopping at the bit, so
Oh, hello? All right.
yeah.
So,
yeah.
okay. All right.
Oh, actually, wait. It's actually even less. So while standing on a, okay,
Oh, hey, man.
No, we're just getting we're getting the information right. Hold on. Go ahead, Welsh.
so Expert, so this is just from Healthline. Visual acuity in your eyesight. Face visual acuity. Acuity refers to your clarity of your vision. Experts consider normal or healthy acuity to be 20/20 vision. That simply means you can see something clearly 20 feet away.
20 feet away. That's
So-
clearly.
Yeah, that's clearly.
All right. Okay. We'll shut up now. Back with new content. All right. Go ahead.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. So, are you saying that the cameras cannot be damaged by wear and tear?
No, didn't say
So
that.
can human eyes, though.
All right,
Yeah.
but can they?
Yeah, just
They can
like
be
human
damaged by
eyes.
wear and tear.
Yeah, just
Right,
like human eyes.
Exactly. Thank you. I appreciate that you said that. Right. Okay. So, can cameras after they've been damaged, can they be fixed?
Yes,
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
they can.
I think you know where I'm going with this.
Yeah. How about
Okay.
eyes? If you poke
okay, hold on.
if you poke an eye with a pencil, can it be fixed?
Come on, man. Come on, host. Don't
No,
do that
no.
to me, man.
No.
Let me
yeah,
speak.
We're clarifying.
Because
Can
I
they,
have a
like if
feeling
I
you know where I'm going.
if I poke a camera lens with a pencil, and then if I poke an eye with a pencil, which one would be more likely to be fixed?
It's my turn to talk.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm asking a
I'm not
clarifying
answering your
question.
questions. I'm not. No, but you can't ask me questions because I didn't ask you any questions. I was
I
quiet.
can do what I want. I'm the host, man.
So
Yeah.
you're cheating now. Now you over talking me. You won't allow me to speak.
Okay, okay, that's fine. You can call it cheating. What's
You
the
see,
answer?
that's why I
What's the
know.
answer?
That's what-
What's the answer
that's
to the
what I'm saying.
question?
Y'all
What's the
can't
answer?
talk with me, man.
Okay.
All right.
you-
So listen,
Bro,
All right,
you're
listen,
wasting time.
listen.
You got like 6 minutes left. What's the
Because
answer to the question?
interrupting me.
Okay, what's the answer
You
to the
interrupted
question?
me.
What's the
Anyway,
answer to the
man.
question?
So,
What's
Bro,
the answer to the question? Just answer the
sir,
question.
Let me talk, man.
Okay, just answer the question and then you can talk.
Cat, look at this, man. They cowards.
I know. I'm a coward.
So anyway, like I was saying to the rebuttal, everything
All right,
y'all said,
you got to
right?
answer the
So when I
question.
asked you about, when I asked
Back
you
with
about
new
the
content.
maintenance
You got to answer the
See?
question. What's
Listen, man,
the
he
the
good.
answer to the
He
question?
Good, man. He good. Yeah, he good. You good, right?
All right.
You good?
All right. What's the
You
answer
good?
to the
You done?
question?
So you don't
No.
want to talk no more. You done?
What's the answer to the
Are you
question?
done? You concede? You concede?
What's the answer to the question?
Why should I answer your questions when it's my turn to speak, man?
Okay, what's the answer to the, because it's my live. What's the answer to the question?
Coward, bro. What's the question, sir? What's the
Okay,
question?
you didn't even hear the question. Okay, you wasted
No,
a
because
whole
my turn to
minute.
speak. I don't have to because it's my turn to speak.
You wasted a whole minute crying
Okay,
about
so
that.
so what's the question then?
The
What's
question
the question, you coward?
is
Okay,
the
so what's the question?
the question is, okay, so all right, now we got to stop here because we have a
Coward,
behavior
bro, you
nope,
running.
we
You're a
got we have a
Yeah.
behavior check. So let's go look at what the Bible says about behavior, because
Oh my
All right.
goodness, we don't talk about the ice no more.
no, because you keep
It's embarrassing, bro.
because of your behavior.
You should turn your hat back around, bro. You're not that
Yeah.
guy.
So you
Turn your
got
hat back around.
you got a
Yeah.
behavior
Turn your hat
problem.
back
So we
around.
got to look at the behavior. All right. So
Yeah,
what does
yeah,
that what does that say? What does that say above my head?
And let's get back to the
What's that
to the
say
argument.
above my? No, we're not going to the argument.
Oh, you
until
don't want to talk about the ice no more?
The
You don't
reason
wanna talk
why
about
is
it no more?
because your behavior is
Uh-huh.
bad. You're on probation
Okay, no
now.
problem, man.
All right,
Oh,
you're
my
gonna be on.
behavior is bad.
Yeah, you're going to
But
be
it's
on
my turn to
probation.
speak.
Okay, you're going to be on
How
second
you gonna say my
probation.
behavior is bad when you cutting me
All right.
off?
What does it say above my head?
Anybody would do this, man. Like,
Okay.
if it's their turn to talk, and you
All right. Now you're on double probation. So you only get unmuted when I allow you to unmute. And now you're going to only answer my questions. That's it. So you can't behave yourself. You just can't help yourself. All right. So
respectfully.
we're gonna do this for the next 4 minutes and 18 seconds if you want, or until somebody jellyfishes you. But y'all don't have to jellyfish. We can do that. I can handle 4 minutes. All right. What does it say above my head? You need to read it. Okay, you can unmute now. What's it say?
I can't read. It's blurry.
You can't read, it's blurry? Okay. We'll make it bigger for you.
can read
you
it.
know what? Hold on.
And you wasted my 3 minutes, man. I got 3 minutes. I got 4 minutes left.
Okay. Is that better?
Man,
Can you read it now?
Howard, bro.
Can you read it now?
It's embarrassing, man.
Can you read it now?
No, I can't. Can you read
Still
it for me?
okay. It's Titus 3:2. It says to speak evil of no one, to avoid quarreling, to be gentle, and to show courtesy to everyone.
Uh-huh.
So, all right.
I
So,
want problems always.
okay. So you're not showing any courtesy. You're cutting people off, and you keep
Even though it was my turn to speak?
you keep talking when people are talking. So
Wait a minute. What?
and you are not respecting the host's space. This is like coming into my house and insisting that you wear shoes after I asked you to take your shoes off. This is my house. Okay? So, what does Colossians 3:12 say? Colossians 3:12, therefore, as God's chosen ones, holy and beloved, clothe yourselves with compassion, kindness, humility,
Right.
meekness.
Humility. Come on, y'all.
Meekness. So, are you being meek right now? Back with new
I'm excited
content.
for the Lord. I'm excited for the Lord.
Are you being humble and meek?
Yes, I'm being humble because it's my turn to speak. And
You're
I was
not
quiet
you're
when y'all
not
was
being
talking.
humble. Are you
When you
being
guys were
meek?
talking, I was quiet. When
What
you guys
does
were
meek?
talking,
Okay,
I was
so
quiet.
you're still talking over me. What does meek mean? What's the definition of meek?
You talking about Meek Mills?
Meek. I didn't say meek mill. I said, what's the definition of meek? M-E-E-K.
Let's read it here. Okay. Therefore, as God's chosen ones, holy and beloved, clothe yourself with compassion, kindness, humility, meek, sensitive.
Meekness. So what does meekness mean?
I didn't finish reading it. And patience.
Okay.
Ooh, I like that verse.
All right. So is patience continually saying it's my turn, it's my turn, it's my turn, it's my turn, it's my turn?
Why are you using the Bible when you're not a Christian?
Is patience? That's not. I didn't ask you for a commentary.
Why are you
I
giving it
asked
to
you.
me?
Okay. I asked you because
Well,
you behave badly, and you need to be set straight. So
the reason I'm not respecting me because you don't believe it.
okay, you're still not allowed to talk. I'm still talking. So is patience continually saying while somebody else is talking, it's my turn, it's my turn, it's my turn, it's my turn, it's my turn? Or
Coward.
do you stay quiet and wait for your turn to speak? Okay, you can unmute now. Which one is it?
I wanted to finish my conversation about the eyes.
Hey, that's not the answer to my question. I'll ask it again. Is patience continually saying while somebody else is speaking, it's my turn, it's my turn, it's my turn, it's my turn, or waiting quietly until it's your turn to speak? Which one is it?
Well, if somebody's saying my turn, that's just
Okay, that's not what I asked. My question is patience saying it's my turn, it's my turn, it's my turn, it's my turn, or waiting quietly until someone is done speaking? Which one is it?
It's my turn, it's my turn, it's my turn.
No, that's not what patience is. So you need to go learn patience. And then, so we're going to disconnect you now. And until you learn some patience, when you learn some patience, come back. All right. So that's that. All right. Well, we tried with back with new content, and yeah, didn't go well.
I'm surprised you lit him up 3 times. Like,
yeah, it's the third time he's been up.
Had him up, once or twice at most.
Oh, it's the clip
Cody's
farming, man.
evidence first.
Oh yeah, it's all about the
it's
clip
the
farming at
farming?
this point. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, we don't really do that he doesn't do that over on evidence first, really.
Yeah,
He
I
did it in
clip
the
I
beginning,
clip
and
farm
he
him.
got some
So
crazy
yeah,
clips.
that will be clipped.
Oh, okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Very good. Very
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
Surprised
right.
he couldn't read, seeing as he had perfect eyes and all.
Yeah, no. How come he couldn't read that with his eyes? Maybe he should get a camera lens and it'll help him out a little better.
I was actually going to bring up a study from Lund University about
yeah, go ahead.
About the evolution of the eye. It's just such a Lund University eye model. You'll probably get something that hi Nia, I've never actually seen you, but thanks for the support. But yeah, no, there's tiny. So researchers from Lund University, there's a whole article, but I'll just read the first paragraph. Researchers from Lund University and University of Sussex have found that all vertebrate animals evolved from a distant ancestor that at one time had a single eye located at the top of its head. So yeah, no. Basically, I think the model might also go into. I think this is more the fossil evidence. There's a model that I remember seeing, and it was a model about cells. Hi Cody. About cells. How like originally light sensitive cells that could really only detect shadow. Not even just movement, not even shadow really. eventually got more and more evolved, and I think it took 1800 generations, and they got from a single cell light sensitive cells to a fully formed human eye.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And then if we expand it a little bit, like what would you say, Welsh, is like the most powerful like animal eye on the earth? Like which animal has like the sharpest vision, can see the furthest? I'm thinking like maybe
sharpest vision.
Yeah, or like can see the furthest.
Because if we're talking see the furthest, it's probably some raptor, like some sort of eagle or an owl.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Some owls have some crazy distance vision. Mantis shrimp, though, they have they can see. I think hawks. Yeah, a raptor of some kind. Yeah. But I think Cody is not my boyfriend, but
you got some fans, man.
We joke about that, though.
You got some fans.
We joke about that.
Right on.
We joke about that, though.
Yeah, it's like an eagle, some type of raptor, right?
Yeah, some sort of raptor bird.
Yeah.
Though I can see the most like colors, I'd probably say mantis shrimp.
Yeah, the mantis shrimp, right?
Like, UV and like radiation.
Yeah. And so, but they still can't see 13.8 billion light years away. That's just my point.
No, they can't.
They
can't.
They
do have a crazy color spectrum. Though we can see if we, have those lenses on cameras.
Yeah, that'd be dope. But yeah. So that's
they have. I think they have like 1,400 different types of cones. We only have 3.
That's wild. That's wild. Ember, how are you?
Hello. I am, taking a deep breath, exhaling after.
Because of back with new content.
Yes. Yes.
I think we did hit a milestone. Back with new content did not get jellyfish this time. So first time ever that back with new content did not get jellyfish. Oh, yes.
True. We did have people asking.
Yeah, they were begging to jellyfish him, and I did say hold off. Yeah, I did hold off. He made it to like 29 minutes. That's actually a record for. And also, you all should know that back with new content, I believe he's in the Kickball Hall of Fame. I'm pretty sure he is. So you all should go check out the Discord.
Likely.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure he is.
What all this means, because there's not really any
he was
specific
the
things
latest
on...
one.
He was the latest entrant.
43 for kicks, and then we had more for the YouTube.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he had like 60 kicks total. 60 votes to kick. So that qualified him for the Kickball Hall of Fame. So Welsh, that's what so the Kickball Hall of Fame is on my Discord, and that's for the people who the guests who are so exemplary that they get a very high number of votes to be kicked. So I think
honor, isn't it?
It's an extremely prestigious honor. And so not only did Back When New Content make the Kickball Hall of Fame, but he actually set his own personal record by lasting 29 minutes in the live. So, good job, Back With New Content. So
Back With New Content.
Fantastic
Not
effort.
You to actually mute him though.
That'll be another milestone. See, we're making progress. We're working with them, right? It's progress, not perfection, as they say, like in 12-step, right? So, I had to mute him several times, but we're getting there. We're getting there. So we are getting
whether
there.
He knows it or not.
Yeah, whether he knows it or not. Exactly. So, yeah. Yasmin, don't clap for him. Okay,
well,
fair enough.
I also have 2 other articles on which we don't have to read them, don't worry. Like just on evolution of seeds or seed plants, and also gamete and sperm evolution.
Okay, hold that thought, because Ember has some announcements. So hang on to that thought. All right, take it away, Ember.
Yes, hello everyone. Thank you so much for being here. We are very happy to have you here. We don't always have those crash outs, but sometimes it happens because we get back new content up here, and he gives plenty of content.
Yeah.
So we are at 21.8K likes. If we could get up really quickly to 25K, I know we can with 175 people in here. So let's do that. let's see here. What am I missing? Hello to YTube. Hello to the Purple app. Hello to the YTube mods. You guys do a great job over there.
You do.
And I cannot believe that my brain is not working right now. I will go into rules, but we're gonna do what am I even missing?
Chat rules.
I'm so sorry, y'all.
No,
Yeah, let's
no
just do
worries.
chat rules. No
Let's just do chat rules.
spamming.
Yeah.
No spamming. No. Oh my goodness, preaching. No praying without people's consent. No caps lock. And just don't be a dick. We
Yeah.
really like to go off of that. Yeah, but people do sometimes return energy. So just make sure that you are being cool and other people be cool.
Mhm.
And then we do have a Discord. We are starting to do some cool stuff in the Discord, so make sure that you join that. The link tree is in Trust Bio. You can also go and follow him on the other apps, YTube and the Purple app. He has memberships on there as well. So take a look at those. There is a tier where you can get, like I am in one of the tiers where I have kind of a backstage pass to some of the information that he uses for the lives and things like that. So just look into that and you might see some extra things you might get besides just being in lives and being able to support him.
Yeah.
If you do want to interact with the live, you could also do the oh my goodness, you can tap, you can share and repost. If you long press on the screen, then the repost and the share should come up more easily. I did not know until recently that if you have like a certain kind of old phone, it might not show up that way, but hopefully most people will be able to see that. Yeah, share it to your story, all of that good stuff. That's all free to do. And you can also, if you want to engage as far as like who is up on here for the guests, you can fill up the gift goal to 25 Let 'Em Cooks in order to get an early kick poll. And then you can send a jellyfish or equivalent gift to drop the guest immediately if you want to do that as well. So anyway, that is everything. I just spoke a lot and I appreciate all your patience, and I am actually going to drop down today.
All right.
So
Okay. Well, thank you,
all
Ember.
right,
Give
I
them a
will
hand. Thank you. Take a bow, Ember. You're
be in
awesome.
chats.
All right. See ya. Okay. All right. So seed gametes. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
go ahead.
It was more.
What you
I removed the.
We're getting a little
I
science
accidentally
lesson
spelled them.
today. This is exciting.
But we are.
Yeah.
I mean, I like teaching, so.
Right on.
But yeah, no. Let me get them back. Give me a minute.
No worries. All right. I'm going to bring the next guest up, but yeah, but we'll let you do your thing. But next guest, just come up and mute, and then we'll get to you here in a minute.
Yeah, this is just the abstract. I'll just read it. So both gamete competition and gamete limitation can generate aniso. Oh yes, wait. Let me find the words because anisogamy basically is non-gamete cells or not non-gametes. Anisogamy from ancestral isogamy, which are gametes, and both sperm competition SC and sperm limitation SL can increase sperm numbers. Oh, is this just on sperm numbers? Oh, it's gamete evolution and sperm numbers. Okay, cool. Here we compare the marginal benefits due to the. Actually, no, never mind. This is not. I don't think this is a thing directly on the actual evolution of gametes. Never mind. I was trying to find a specific thing on the evolution of like meiosis. So I'll try and find something later.
And so basically, if I understand it correctly, like with seeds, like plant seeds, that was that was an advantage for plants to proliferate and
Yes.
grow, right?
Especially
Because there's other
seeds.
ways for plants to reproduce, right?
Yeah, spores.
Spores.
Moss, for instance, like mosses and lichens. Lichens actually a mix, is actually a symbiotic relationship between
Yeah.
a fungus and a moss like organism. But let's just take moss for instance, because it actually uses spores to reproduce. Which for the first organisms on land is great.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Being able to just quickly be able to grow on rock, extremely effective.
Yeah, right.
But once you get to enough that there is now dirt and soil on the ground, if you're a plant the first woody plants were already on land, or we're going to be on land, having a seed is very efficient because you can't be on a rock.
Exactly.
But you have nutrients in that seed to keep you alive, and also keep your children alive, or your reproduction alive. I'm anthropomorphizing evolution, but that's just an easy way to teach.
Got you.
The seeds
right on, man.
can survive longer, and when they are in the soil, they have all the nutrients they need to start growing without having to take from the soil yet. So
gotcha. And so what we do have is we have significant evidence that seeds, like plants, evolved to seeds, from spores to seeds. We've got that in
from
the
spores to seeds. It's very clear. Pollen, that's another process, and that is similar to the spore process, but pollen is actually just the sperm. It's the male gamete.
Yeah.
And then the actual seed is the female gamete, and if it gets fertilized, then it becomes a seed, and it can drop off or do what it needs.
Yeah, right. Gotcha. All right. Well, hey, thanks for that.
Yeah, I'm less well versed in the plants, and also the chemical reactions. I focused more on the bones and the anatomy of animals as they evolve. So I'm less well versed in all the complicated words like isogamy.
Well, hell, you know more about it than we do, so that's all I got to say about that.
But I know what they mean.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah.
So
right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, thanks for that.
But
so
I know more about the bodies.
Well, see, there you go. So back with new content. If you're listening, we just gave you evidence that that's where seeds come from. So there it is. All right. So if you're in the guest queue, please be at least 18, a believer in the God of the Bible, the Torah, or the Quran, and also have evidence that God is real. Okay, Truth Lover, how you doing? Thanks for waiting.
I'm good. Thank you for allowing me to have a little say here.
Yeah. All right. Before we get started, can I get your age and pronouns, please?
I'm 73, soon to be 74.
Okay.
And I'm a male heterosexual believer in God.
All right. Sex and gender. Yeah. So which pronouns do you use as a male heterosexual who believes in God?
Mr.
Mr. That's a title. Yeah.
Well, what do you mean pronoun? What are you looking for?
Like I, we, us, they, them, he, she, it.
Which pronoun do I
you use for yourself? For yourself, yes.
I use I. Do I have to list every pronoun?
Not every pronoun. Just
in a conversation.
No. Pronouns for example, my pronouns are he, him. Welsh, what are your pronouns?
He, they.
He, they. So I'm he, him. Welsh is he, they. And so what are your pronouns?
I don't have any that I prefer.
You have no preference on pronouns. Okay. All right. That's good enough.
If I think you're disrespecting me, I'll let you know.
Okay. All right. Now let's get on to it. Are you, which God do you believe in? The God of the Bible, the Torah, or the Quran?
I believe the God of the Bible.
All right. What's your best evidence that God is real?
Okay. First, I need to ask you if I'll be able to make my case without unnecessary interruption, because here's the thing about
Well, I would
evidence.
if there's clarifications that I need, I will stop you and ask for clarifications. And if you're like stacking claims upon claims, I'm going to stop you, and we're going to stop at one claim, and I'm going to ask you for evidence of that claim. So that's kind of
Okay.
how I work. All right. So it's best if you
Okay.
just do
Well,
one thing at a time. Like if you have one talking point, just start with that, because like if you start throwing talking points, I'm just going to stop you. So, all right.
okay.
Okay.
Well, yeah,
That said,
I
what do you
get
got?
it. And that's probably the reason why uh, things fall into chaos all the time. Because if you're going to interject every time you think you don't understand something, then the evidence doesn't get a chance to be laid out for anyone.
Well, yeah, but I
Okay,
got to be
so
able to understand you. So if I, so if I don't
this
understand what
is
you're
what I'm
saying, then I have
talking
to,
about.
then I
This,
gotta be able to know what you're talking about so I can follow you. All right. But
well,
yeah, but the other
it's
thing is
not.
we don't accept sermons or preaching. So that's the other point of it too. So I will stop you if you start getting into a sermon or if you start preaching. All right. All right. So what's your first piece of evidence that God is real? Like, for example, if you're a detective working on a case, right? And somebody and the district attorney says, "What's your first piece of evidence?" You'll say, it's these bloody clothes. So we don't need like a long drawn out explanation. Just say what it is.
Well, I'd like to get to it, but if you're going to interrupt me every 10 seconds, we won't.
All right. What you got?
Okay, it's real simple. If you want to know if God exists, my evidence of God existence doesn't work for anyone, probably except me. I had to prove God existence for myself. And that's pretty much in line with what the Bible says. That in order to come to God, we first must believe that He is. All right.
Okay.
Now, I'm saying what I'm going to say is that this whole debate about God's existence is similar to what the book of Job is about. And I suspect you're familiar with the book of Job.
Yeah, that
For,
was pretty horrific of what God did. Yeah, that was pretty terrible.
well, that's your misunderstanding as far as I'm concerned, because the
Yeah.
book of Job is basically 30 something chapters of very religious people, supposedly knowledgeable people, trying to convince Job that he did something wrong in God's eyes. And
Mm.
at the end of the book, God finally comes into focus and says to Job, "Why are you listening to all of these clowns with no knowledge
Mm-hmm.
when you have me?"
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Can I ask a clarifying question about that?
Sure.
Okay. Who killed Job's family?
Wait a minute. Hold up. You want to
Clarifying
know
question.
who killed?
Yeah, who killed Job's family?
That's
Job.
not clarifying of what I just said.
Well, yeah, you said because my thing was I said it was I liken it to torture porn. It's God torturing this poor person, and you said that's not what it is. I misunderstand it. So I'm asking. So I'm asking a clarifying question because you declared that I don't understand it. So I'm asking you, who killed Job's family?
Do you know what the Bible says about that?
Well, I'm asking you, what does the Bible say? Who killed Job's family?
It was Satan that killed Job's family.
Of course, yeah. And who allowed Satan to kill Job's family?
God did.
And what was the reason God allowed Satan to kill Job's family?
Because Satan was accusing Job, or accusing Job to God,
mm-hmm.
that Job would have cursed him, if he did these things to Job.
Yeah.
Job didn't curse him. And so Satan was proven wrong.
So this was a bet.
Pretty much.
It was over a bet that God allowed Satan to kill Job's family. All right. And then afterwards, what did God do to restore Job's family?
He restored it.
He restored. Well, did he restore
everything that he restored everything that Job had? But look, listen,
He restored
don't
everything
wanna
but
get
Job.
into
Well,
it.
hold on. I still got another question. So he restored everything that Job had, but did he restore the exact same people in his family? Did he
No,
bring them? No,
of
he gave
course
them
not.
he gave him a whole different family. Got it.
That's
Okay.
right.
Okay. So help me out here. So this is the final clarifying question. What moral principle, and you think that God is all good, right?
I think God is God, and sometimes things happen in
Is
this life that we can I finish?
okay. Is God good or
Sometimes
evil?
sometimes God is not evil.
Okay, so he's good.
Okay. Yeah,
All right. Go ahead and
exactly.
finish what you were saying. So God is good. Okay.
All right. Here this is going to be a problem here because I would like to lay out my evidence, but if I have to go with you down a whole bunch of roads
Truth
that
love, this isn't the time to pivot and go meta. So this is a conversation, all right? And this isn't us listening to a lecture. We're not going to listen to a lecture. It's a back and forth, right? I ask you questions, you can ask me questions, and we just answer them honestly. It's a conversation, right? So we're not here for a lecture, all right? So let me go back to my question. My clarifying question is: what moral principle makes it good for God to allow a person's family to be killed for a bet? Just name the moral
this is
principle.
why this is why this kind of conversation never gets to the point of
Okay.
evidence of God's existence
I'm
because
not hearing the answer to my question. What's the answer? What was do
and,
you
and
remember what my question was?
I heard your question and
Okay.
I'm
So what's the answer
based
to my question?
do I have to answer it when you won't allow for
Well,
anything
that's pretty
else to be
disrespectful
said?
to avoid questions like that. Why would you dodge a question like that? I want to know.
Okay.
It would
All
help
right.
clarify, it would help clear things up for me. If you can name the moral principle that makes it good for God to allow a family to be killed over a bet and then restore with a completely different family, just name the moral principle. I mean, that would help me. That might help me believe in this God a little more.
No, it won't. You know why?
Well,
Because you
no,
can't find
wait, you're not
can
a mind. Are you a mind reader?
well, I'm going by what you're saying
Are you a mind
because you
reader?
can't of course not.
Okay, so
But
then you
your
have no basis
evidence
to say no, you won't. But see, here's the thing. I'm a non-resistant non-believer. Okay, I'm evidence-based. I'm asking for evidence, but I have questions. And so
you don't
if you're gonna bring up Job, I'm gonna have questions about it. You're the one who brought up Job, not me, right?
okay. All right. So
Is that fair? Okay, so you brought up
no
Job. I have questions about Job. So, but let's not dodge the question. That just looks dishonest. So, do you need to hear my question again, or are you prepared to answer it?
no, I'd just like to have my say.
Well, that's not how this works. This isn't
Well,
a sounding
okay. So
board. It's not this isn't like a city council meeting where you just come up and own the microphone for however long time. That's not how this works. It's a conversation. So again, I have a question. So do you need me to ask my question again, or you're prepared to answer it?
I don't need you to ask the question again.
All right.
I
So
need
what's
to
the
have an
answer?
opportunity to I need to have an opportunity to say what I need to say.
All right. What's the answer to my question?
There is no answer to your question
There's no answer
because
to my question.
wh-
Okay.
as far as I'm concerned,
Okay.
because whatever answer I give you, you're just going to have another question. It's going to be an endless debate about things that have nothing to do with my evidence of whether or not God exists.
Well,
My
sir,
evidence
you're
isn't
the person who
yours.
brought up Job. So you're the one who
Yeah,
brought it up. I
I'm going
thought
to
this was your evidence. I mean,
I'm
I
going to
said in
bring
the
up a
beginning
lot of
just
things.
to say what the evidence is, but no, we do this one piece at a time because you only got, I mean, we've wasted 11 minutes with you complaining about how you don't like how things are going here. But see, this is the thing. This is my house, right? So like when you go to somebody's house, do you complain about how uncomfortable the seats are? Do you complain about having to take your shoes off? Do you complain about how big the glasses are? No, you don't. You're a guest in somebody's house. You keep your mouth shut and you be pleasant. And that's how it works, right? You don't complain. So if you don't like how things are going here, I mean, bounce. You
I
can do
will
that.
if that's what you're going to do.
Well, no, you
as
agree
far as
this is my live, right? This is my house. This is my life, right?
Yeah, it is.
Okay,
You are
so
totally
I'm
in control of this,
I am
but I thought you
proverbially
had better
asking you to
manners
take your
than that.
shoes off, and you're complaining that you have to take your shoes off. But this is my house, my rules, right?
Yeah.
Got it. Okay, so you don't have a question. You don't have an answer to the question that what makes it morally good to allow family to be killed when you're God for a bet. You don't have a. So would it be fair to say that there is no moral principle that covers that?
No, I have an answer. It's just that I'm not able to tell you what it is.
Okay. Well, what's the moral principle then?
You want to have an answer for why God did what he did.
No, I want to know
Right?
what the moral
You want
principle
some
is.
justification. You want some justification for why God did what he did.
I want a moral principle.
Yeah.
That's what I asked for.
God's principle.
What is
It's
that?
not based on my principle or your principle.
I didn't ask for if it was
It's
yours or mine. I just asked for the principle. What is the principle?
ask God.
Ask God?
Yes.
Okay.
Ask God.
But that's not what the Bible says for you to do. That's not the answer you're supposed to give. So have you
What
have
is
you
the
read your
answer I'm
Bible?
supposed to give?
Have you read your Bible?
Very much so.
Have
Very
you
much.
have. All right, let's go. So you know what 1 Peter 3 verse 15 says, right?
Read it.
No, so you don't know. Okay, let's read it.
Oh, I do know, but I can't recall every word that I've ever read where
All right.
it's at. I know I've read it. Sure.
All right. So it says, it's right above my head. But in your heart, sanctify Christ as Lord. Always be ready to make your defense to anyone who demands from you an accounting for the hope that is in you. And so when you let's look at that word accounting for a minute. Like when you have an accounting for your, let's just say your expenses, right? That consists of, say, your household budget. That consists of the income you make and the expenses that go out, right? That's an accounting. And if you are audited by the IRS and they want an accounting for your write-offs, you give them receipts, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm asking for receipts. So part of it is the receipt I'm asking for right now is, what is the moral principle that makes it good for God to allow a family to be killed over a bet?
Well, it wasn't really a bet.
You agreed
God
earlier it was a bet.
Well, I said kind of.
Okay.
It wasn't really a bet. Come
Yeah.
on, that's ridiculous.
It was to prove to Satan that Job would be loyal.
Faithful. He's faithful. That's exactly
it
right.
would. Yeah. So, okay. So let's change. We'll adjust the question a little bit. What moral principle makes it good for a God to allow a person's family to be killed to test their faith?
That's God's business.
It's God's business.
That's up to him. Yeah.
Okay.
That's his dealings with Satan.
Okay.
All right.
Was that good or evil to do?
This is an endless kind of a debate or conversation.
I'm asking questions. I'm kind of clarifying. Was it good or evil to do?
I would say that's also something that you have to ask God.
Okay.
Because
You don't know
he was
whether
the
or
one
not
that-
allowing somebody's family to be killed is good or evil? You don't know?
I just told you. I think it's God's.
I didn't ask
question to
that.
answer.
My next question was, I'm asking if you know whether or not it's good or evil for God to allow someone's family to be killed to test their faith.
I know it's not evil, but you're looking for.
You're saying it's not evil, so it's good.
It's God's plan. It's God's business.
Okay,
That's
I'm asking
what
you.
He does.
I'm asking you whether or not it's good. Is it good to allow for God to allow a person's family to be killed to test their faith? Is it good? Just need a yes or a no.
It's not a yes or no question.
It is
really
a yes or
is.
no question.
No, to
It's
you
either
it
yes,
is.
it's good, or no, it's not good. It's either a yes or a no. It's what? Yeah,
It's
I asked
not a
it that
yes or
way
no
specifically
question.
because
For
it
you,
is a
it
yes
might
or
be.
no question. Well,
For
I just
you, it might be. So
yeah, it's
I'm not-
in the form of a yes no answer. Yeah.
Well, I
True or
have no
false?
yes no answer.
You have no
I
yes
have
no
no
answer.
yes no answer.
Okay.
No.
All right. Okay. So you can't say whether or not it's good for a God to allow a person's family to be killed to prove faithfulness to God. You have no
You
idea.
got it. You got it.
Okay.
I
So
do. No, I have an idea for that, but you don't seem to want to hear it.
no, I just asked you the question. I do want to
You
hear it.
asked
I
me.
wouldn't ask you the question if I didn't want to hear it, sir. That's kind of
Well,
how this works.
you're not open to my answer. You want me to answer it your way.
No, I just want you to answer the question. I just want you to answer the
Yes.
question.
Can I answer it then?
Okay, yes or no?
See, there you go. You want a yes or no answer, and it
Yeah,
requires
because I asked a
little
yes
bit
or no
more than that.
question, and it's dishonest
Okay,
to
so
answer
we'll
any other
never
way
get
but yes or
anywhere.
no.
We'll never get in. And this
Okay.
is why
Okay.
atheism is not something that.
Do you want to let's read 1 Peter 3 verse 16. Let's read that. Are you familiar with 1 Peter 3 verse 16?
Are you capable of letting someone talk for about a minute without interruption?
Are you familiar with 1 Peter
Are
3
you?
verse 15 and 16?
I'm familiar with the Bible.
Okay. So
But
what does verse
answer my
16
question.
what does verse 16 say? No, because we're stretching into behavior here. This is bad Christian behavior.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
You've got an answer for everything.
So,
yeah.
So let's look at verse 16. All right. So always be ready to make your defense to anyone who demands from you an accounting for the hope that is in you, yet do it with gentleness and respect. Okay. So is dodging my questions respectful?
I'm not dodging your question. I'd like to give you
You're
an
not
answer.
dodging my questions. Okay, let's go back to my original question. What is it good for God to allow family to be killed to test their faith? Yes or no?
That's not a yes or no question to me.
Okay, that's dodging
All
my
right.
question. So I'll ask it again.
Okay, well, you can call it that. You can call it that,
It
whatever
is.
you want.
It's either a yes or no answer. It's one or the other. Either yes, no, or I don't know. So you don't know. It's yes, no, or I don't know.
I know.
Okay, you know. So
I
then
will
what's the
never-
answer?
I know I will not have an opportunity to tell you or anybody else on this live.
It's a yes or no answer. You can
It's
explain.
not.
It's yes, no, and you can explain. It's yes explanation, no explanation. You already said you said you know the answer. So it's either yes explanation, no plus explanation. Which one is it? But you start with the answer. It's either
What
yes,
if
and here's
it's
the
neither
explanation,
of
or
those?
no, and the explanation. So it's neither.
what if
It's neither good nor
What if
bad.
what if it's neither one of those of your design? What if it's something?
How do you
other
know
than
what my
that?
design is? Why are you assuming
You just
again?
laid it out.
Okay, you just said
just
that you're
laid
not
it out.
you just said you're not a mind reader. Okay, you said you're not a mind reader. Oh, there's a jellyfish. All right, well, truth lover, it's time for you to go. All right, enjoy the rest of your day.
Yep. All right.
Dishonest Christians. Even when you show them in the Bible what they're supposed to do, they won't fucking do it. It says it there plain as day.
Well,
It's wild.
like,
It is wild.
You expect, to be honest, like I think that's a bit wild.
Yeah, just yeah. It's a simple question. It's a very, very simple question. So all you got to do is just answer the question. All right. I think we have a potential philbro that I think is going to come up here. So let's see how that works out. Yeah. All right. He was chirping in the comments, so let's see what he's got to say. How's it going?
Mellow.
Hey, can I get your age and pronouns, please?
18. He.
All right. And which God do you believe in? The God of the Bible, the Torah, or the Quran?
The Christian Bible.
Christian Bible. All right. What's your best evidence that God is real?
I would say the impossibility of the contrary.
You've got some background noise. Can you take care of that? It's very distracting.
Hold on. Is it off now?
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Impossibility of the contractor. And how did you determine that it's impossible?
Because of the transcendental argument.
Here we go.
Oh,
All right.
God,
Tag. Okay, we got to change it. You get 5 minutes. Hang on. So let me reset the
So
timer.
if you're familiar with tag already, you could just it, right?
Yeah, that's why I'm only giving you
it's not
5 minutes. Yeah. So
So I have 5 minutes.
yeah, you got 5 minutes. All right. So, all right. Transcendental. Well, there's different flavors, so just lay it out real quick. What's the transcendental argument? Oh, I got to get my prop ready too. All right. All right, go ahead.
We do have a prop there.
Yeah.
All right, so I would first say that every person, including you or me, employs the law of logic. For example,
Employs the law of logic.
You just employed ethics in your last conversation, I heard.
Mhm.
But you can't justify them at all.
Can't just okay. And how does wait a minute? It's your evidence. So how would me not justifying it? How does that demonstrate that God is real?
Because, like I said earlier, the impossibility of the contrary. So because
That's a non sequitur.
Because your position is incoherent.
It doesn't matter what my
You can't
position
justify,
is. Okay, let's just say
It
you're
doesn't matter
right.
if your position is incoherent and it doesn't follow.
Let's just say you're right.
doesn't matter.
How does that demonstrate that your position is true?
Because then you admit that your position is arbitrary and not true.
Okay, and so how does that
So
demonstrate?
you're
that,
a crazy person.
How does that
who is saying
demonstrate that?
nothing. Then
Okay,
that's
why
when you
are you?
concede.
Okay, we're not talking about me. Okay, you know how to read, right? You know how to
Well,
read.
You just said that
What
you
is it?
conceded that
Hold
your
on.
position is
Okay,
arbitrary.
now you're on
That's what you
fucking
just
pro. And
conceded.
this is why we give you 5 minutes because you guys. Okay, so let's. Now you've read the Bible, right?
Mhm.
Okay. So what does 1 Peter 3 verses 15 and 16 say? We just went over it with the last guest. And we've gone over the last two
I'm not
guests.
sola scriptura, so I'm not concerned with your interpretation of the Bible.
Okay. So what does it say?
I told you I'm not sola scriptura, so whatever.
This is
verse
not my
you're gonna cherry
interpretation.
pick, I'm
Does
not
this
concerned with.
does it say up here trust but verifies interpretation? Does it say that up there? Yes or no?
No, it doesn't. But
Okay,
you're
what does it
interpreting
say?
that verse in your own
What does it
paradigm.
say?
So what I'm telling you is,
What does it say?
what are you asking me to read it?
No, what does it say?
That's
Interpret it
usually
for
up
us.
to people.
What does it
Well,
say?
you'd have to. I'm not an interpreter. You'd have to be connected to the church. So which
Okay.
you're not. The
Okay.
pillar and ground of truth. Said in
Okay,
1
so what
Timothy.
you're saying is you don't follow the Bible. That's what you're saying.
No, I'm saying I'm not sola scriptura.
Okay,
It's
so
not
what
the
you're
final
saying.
authority
Okay, so
for
what
me.
is the definition of gentleness and respect?
Gentleness and respect?
Yeah, gentleness. Gentleness.
What I just said. How's that relevant?
Okay, gentle. So the Bible doesn't say gentleness and respect. Yeah, that's why he ran. That's what we. So that's all you got to do with. That's all you got to do with philbros. You just get them on. You get them on the Bible. You get them on. I would have busted him on logic anyway. That's why I only need 5 minutes to bust him. That's all I need. So he ran. All right. So that was quick. Yeah. Get a better argument. Do better. Okay. Let's see who we got next. All right. So if you're in my guest queue, please be at least 18, a believer in the God of the Bible, the Torah, or the Quran, and please have evidence that God is real. So we're trying to get you another app bat here, Welsh. So maybe somebody will come up with
Yeah.
something like evolution or creation or something like that.
And
So
I mean, honestly, if you guys have questions about evolution, just like either put them in the chat. You can DM me if you have a specific question. I mean, if Trust will Verify can, if he wants to allow it, I feel like if people want to come up, about just a question about evolution.
we might do that at the end. Yeah, I think we'll do that at the end.
Yeah,
Like just
just at the end.
yeah.
That
Yeah.
sounds good.
all right. So
How long do you usually go live for?
I usually go about at least 3 hours, so I'll be here for a good
Okay,
while.
yeah.
Yeah, we got plenty of time.
Yeah.
All right, let's bring
Yeah,
up
no,
the next.
I'm studying for a while.
Okay.
I have the final. Well, I've had a
The
couple
final.
finals this week. But this Friday I have like the final to get, which
Yeah.
effectively decides if I get my paleontology degree or not.
Oh
So,
my goodness. So
I've
this
been
is it,
I'm
huh?
studying on it right now.
That's so
This is-
dope.
That is, yeah.
That's the one, huh?
Cool.
Good luck, man.
That's
Lots of
the
luck.
one.
Right on, man. Okay, Edward, how's it
Hello.
going? Yeah, can I get your age and pronouns,
Hi,
please?
how are you?
I'm doing well.
I'm 39 years old and male.
Male. Okay, that's your sex.
That's
So
sex.
what pronouns do you use?
He.
Okay, fantastic.
Okay.
All right. And which God do you believe in?
Jesus Christ.
All right. Okay, Edward, what's your best evidence that God is real?
It's atheists. You guys.
What?
Well, I'd
Atheists.
say we'd be. How are we?
Atheists? How? Yeah. How so?
Let me
Yeah.
let me explain. God made all humans in His image.
Okay. Hey,
Right.
wait. Stop. How do we know that? How do we know that's true?
Give me a chance to explain before you.
Well,
shoot
you're
first.
starting with a claim. Well, you said atheists are the reason God is real, and then we ask how, and then you said, well, God made us all in His image, so that's another claim on top of a claim. So we gotta. This might be an infinite regress of claims. So I just got it. So now we got to ask you, well, how do you know that's true?
Let me express the point before you refute it. God made all humans in His image.
Okay, I still need to know how you know that's true. What's your evidence that that's true?
If earlier on
You
you were
have God's
complaining
image for
about
us?
God killing
What's
Job's
that?
family.
God killing
Earlier
Job's
on,
fam.
yeah, you're complaining about that.
Uh,
Murderers.
okay, that's the
murderers were
last
made in God's-
conversation. I just need to hear from you. What's your evidence that God created all of us in His image?
God does not believe there's another God above Him. The same way you
God
don't
doesn't believe
there's
there's okay. Again, how do you? Okay, that's another claim. So how do you know that's true? How did you verify that's true?
You are evidence of it.
What?
You are evidence of it. When I'm looking at you,
I am evidence of
it
what?
proves of God not believing that there's another God above
Of
Him.
God not believing there's another God. How? How does that evidence that God is real? That doesn't.
If God was not there, you wouldn't be there.
Okay, how do you know that's true?
The ultimate claim that Christians can't do.
Do you get my point?
I
No.
Did you get my
understand your claim. I'm asking you how you know it's true. How did you verify it's true?
I had to meet him personally.
You had to meet him personally. Okay. So then
Yes.
that means Brahma, the Hindu god, is real because there are people who have met Brahma.
Yes.
Brahma is real, but you believe in the Christian
Yes.
God.
Yes.
Okay. And then that means Allah is real.
Yes.
Okay. So all these gods are real.
Yes.
And okay. And because all these people have met them, even though the people who have met Allah, Allah says there are no other gods except me. So how can there be an Allah God and then your God and a Brahma God when Allah God says there are no other gods except Allah?
The thing that goes on in life is you don't take one sentence and then run off with it. You've taken the sentence where God says there's no other God, but then God is saying don't worship other gods.
It literally says in the Quran there is no other God but Allah. It literally says that.
Don't take one sentence and run away with it. Because why would
I'm not
God
taking
say
one
don't
sentence
worship
and
other
running away
gods?
with it. It just says there is no God, other God
do you
except
understand?
Allah.
Do you
Are you
understand
saying
do you
that?
understand
Are
my
you
point?
saying that that's wrong?
Do you understand my point?
No, I don't understand your point. I'm trying to ask you: is the sentence in the Quran there is no God but Allah? Is that correct or incorrect?
There's a verse where God is saying there's no other God, and then there's a verse where God is saying don't worship other gods.
Okay, that's not what it
Don't
says in the
take
Quran.
one-
It says
don't
there
take-
is no
don't
other
take-
God
don't
except
take-
Allah. That's what it says.
Don't take one sentence out of the Bible and then run.
I'm not
off with
taking it out of the Bible. I'm taking it out of the Quran.
Take all.
I'm taking it out of the
Yeah,
Quran,
but
sir.
then
The
we
Quran
can't-
says there
we
is no
can't-
other God
I can't
except
have,
Allah. So
yeah, but then for you to
I'm
for you to
And the
discuss
reason I'm
the
bringing that up is I'm trying to understand from you if it says that in the Quran, and yet you're saying all these gods exist. How is that possible that Allah exists and all these other gods exist when the Quran says there is no other God but Allah? So how is that possible?
Can I answer now?
Yeah, just I'd like you to answer my question.
All right. You're taking a book that lies and then asking me, why is this book that lies say this?
Okay, perfect. So how do you know it
The book
lies?
the book that tells the truth is the Bible. Why would
The
you be
book.
asking
Okay.
me why is the Quran saying this?
Okay. How do you know the Bible is true?
You are evidence of it.
I am evidence
Like
of
I
it.
said earlier.
Okay, now we're back
So,
in. Oh
yeah.
God, we're back in a circle.
Can I say
Okay.
something?
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
would say
I gotta load up
the
my
Bible.
merry-go-round music. Go ahead.
I have evidence saying the Bible is false, and it either intentionally or unintentionally lies.
On
So
which part? Which part of the Bible lies?
Genesis.
Sorry?
Genesis,
Which part of
the
Genesis?
first book in the Bible,
Yes, I'm saying
chronological.
which part of Genesis, as in which story, which part of
The
Genesis?
flood, the creation. I mean, Genesis 1 and Genesis 2 contradict each other, if I'm not mistaken. What
You'll have to
else?
be more specific than that.
Well, okay. Genesis 1:1, God created the heaven and the earth. Genesis 1:14, God created the sun, moon, and stars. The only that's the order of it. We know that's false. We know that the sun is older than the earth. We know that many stars are older than the earth. The moon is about the same age as the earth. So, yeah. And the flood myth,
The thing
that's just taken straight from Epic of Gilgamesh, and you know it's also false because there's not even enough water on the planet for that. So, yeah. Also, rabbits don't chew cud.
Yeah. Yeah.
but then
Okay.
but then if you say it like that, I could say the same thing that you guys have been saying all along. What is your evidence of such a lie?
Okay. Let's go. All right, hold on.
Of what?
Let's do it like this. Let's do it in an organized fashion. So Welsh Dragon brought up a really good point. So do you now is it true or false? True or false, Edward? Do rabbits chew cud?
Sorry, I didn't get the question.
Do rabbits chew cud?
Yes, that's true.
That's true?
No.
Okay, what is your
Yes.
evidence that it's true? Because scientists disagree with you. So
I've-
why does
I've
every
seen them-
scientist on the planet disagree with you that rabbits chew cud? So what is your evidence that rabbits chew cud?
I've seen them chewing cud.
You've seen them chew cud? Okay, what is chewing cud? What does that mean?
As in, unless I'm not getting what you're saying.
Do you know what cud
simply-
is? Edward?
Yeah, we're asking you what chewing cud means.
Chewing cud.
Yeah.
Do you know what cud is?
Maybe you'd have to explain that to me because English is not my first language.
Gotcha. Have you seen, do you have, where you live, do you have cows?
Yeah, we do have them.
Okay, have you seen them in person or up close?
Yes, I have.
Okay,
Lots of
and
times.
have you seen them chew?
Yes.
Okay, that's called chewing the cud, but there's another mechanism to it, which I will let Welsh Dragon explain because he's the expert
So-
on this more than I am.
I
All
also
right.
went to farm school, so I know a decent bit about this.
Boom, there it is.
Yeah. So cows and other ruminants, that's a technical word for animals that have even toes and have multiple or have 4 stomachs. I don't know if sheep are ruminants, but have 4-part stomach. Let's say for a cow has 4 stomachs that ferment the grass that they take down, or whatever, or corn, or whatever feed they're given, that then is fermented in that 4-part stomach and then regurgitated back up into their mouth. So basically, they puke it back up into their mouth, and then they chew that. The thing they're chewing is called cud. Rabbits don't have a 4-part stomach. They cannot chew cud, and also they can't regurgitate.
Cannot throw
They
back
can't
at their
vomit
food.
at all.
Mm-hmm.
Same
Oh.
same with horses.
And can I cut
What?
in? I know this personally because I used to own rabbits. And the rabbit that I had chewed a piece of wire and swallowed it, and it died because it went through its entire system and tore up its entire digestive system, and it bled internally and died because rabbits cannot regurgitate. So we had to wait for it to pass. All right, back to you.
Yeah. The closest thing that they do to chewing cud, like chewing something that's already been chewed, is cetotrophy, which is basically eating not fully processed poop. They eat their poop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
So
okay, now you know what chewing
Anyway.
the cud means. Okay. So rabbits
Yeah.
do not chew the cud. And we also know evolutionarily, is that even a word? From an evolutionary basis, that rabbits have never chewed cud. They never have. So my question to you, Edward, is if the Bible is true, why does it say something false about rabbits chewing the cud?
You're saying there's a verse that speaks of rabbits chewing cud.
Yep.
It's
Leviticus
right
11.
above.
Yep. It's right above your head. Leviticus 11, verse
I
6.
think also Deuteronomy.
Yeah. Says it again in Deuteronomy, but it's good here. We're good here. But yeah, Leviticus 11, verse 6. So why does it say the hare, for even though it chews the cud, why does it say that when it's not true?
Part of the answer that I can give to you is there's a verse in Isaiah where the Bible refers to the earth as being a circle, and yet it's only centuries later that people realize that the earth is not flat.
Well, I mean,
Wait a
we
minute.
discovered it like
Wait, hold on. We're pivoting.
a while ago.
Yeah. We didn't ask about Isaiah. I asked about this verse. Why does it say the rabbit chews the cud when it never has and never will?
The thing is, I've said I'm going to answer it in two parts. That part shows you that it's a scientific thing. It's though you're not getting it, it's connected to the question that you've posed. The Bible is accurate when it says the earth is circular in form, right? And then the second part of this question that you're talking of directly. No, I want to answer. Let me now answer directly concerning this particular verse that you've spoken of.
Yeah.
You so easily believe that humans evolved from being monkeys.
Okay, we're
And
pivoting. I'm not
yet-
talking about humans
and
being
yet-
monkeys. I just want to know
Yeah.
why the verse says
I'm-
something not
I'm
true.
answering it.
Well, you're really not. You're really not. I just need to know why it's not true.
All right. Let me answer it directly.
Us
how you want-
coming
you want
from
me to answer.
monkeys or what we believe, that has nothing to do with why the Bible says rabbits
All
chew
right,
cud.
Let me now.
I
let
just
me-
need to
let
know
me now
why.
answer it directly.
Okay.
Let me now answer it directly, and then if there's a possibility of my answer being wrong, just tell me. Right? Let me say, let's say there were two types of hairs that were there during
No.
that time.
We know that's not true.
The first type was chewing cud,
No.
and then it became extinct,
No.
and it ran out, and
No.
then the other type is still alive.
No.
How do you disprove what I've just said?
We
There
know
were two
that's
types of
no.
hairs. One type. There were two types of hairs. One type that was chewing cud
Okay.
grew out of existence.
What is your evidence
then-
that there was a species of hare, of rabbit that chewed cud? What is your evidence of that? It's your claim to provide evidence for.
So easily believe.
No. It's not
you so
about
easily
belief. It's about evidence. What is your evidence that there was a rabbit that existed at one time that chewed cud? That's a new one. That is a new apologetic that I've heard. So I'll give you credit for that. That's a new piece of bullshit that I've heard. That is, that's good. This is probably, man, I think this entire live might be clipped, chat. This is fantastic. All right. So yeah. So just give us your evidence that there was once a rabbit that existed on the planet that chewed cud. That's all you got to do.
Here's my evidence. You guys, as in atheists and scientists,
Okay, it has nothing
you
to do
telling us
with
about different.
evidence that there was a rabbit that chewed cud that lived on the planet.
You're telling us about the 1,000 types of dinosaurs that you
Us
say
being
used to be
atheists have
there.
nothing to do with this. I'm just asking for
when
your
when I
evidence.
speak of,
Yeah, I'm
but
asking for your.
when I speak of,
That has nothing to do
Edward,
with it.
there
That
is-
we're not. I'm not going to let you pivot. I just want your evidence that there was a rabbit who existed on the planet that used to chew cud. It has nothing to do with dinosaurs. It's got nothing to do with atheists. I just want to hear your evidence that there once lived a rabbit that chewed cud. Hey, that sounds like a story. There once lived a rabbit who chewed cud. That sounds like a limerick. You could make it into a limerick.
Yeah.
There once was a rabbit who chewed cud.
Yeah.
And Trust was asking questions to
thing,
nip it in the
Edward.
bud. The guest wouldn't answer.
Edward.
He was just such a dancer.
You guys were showing.
He was
you
really
were
a
showing
chub.
off so much about logic. You were showing off about logic. Can you refute that theory successfully? That there was.
It's not us.
type
It's not
of-
up to us to
Not
refute
our
the theory.
claim,
It is up to
evidence.
you
Not-
to
not
provide the
our
evidence.
claim, Edward.
Yeah, it's not our claim. It is your
Not our
claim. It's
claim.
not up to us to refute it. It's up to you to provide the evidence that it's true. It's not up to us to prove that it's false. It's not how. That's not how it
No, they
works.
don't. Such a trophy is not nearly
All
similar
right,
to.
let me-
Yeah,
to-
seek a trophy is not the
give you a
same.
second-
Yeah, sorry, copperpage. Yeah, it's
let,
not
let
nearly
me
the
give you
same.
a second answer to the question that you've posed. I'll give you a second answer. Do you realize that it's not so easy for people that are not bilingual to understand the Bible?
Ah, okay.
thing-
So
The thing is this.
That's
All
why
right.
The
we're
thing
being
is this.
patient with you.
Listen,
That's why we're
listen to
being
my
super
point before
patient with you.
Listen to my point before you fight with it. With us who know different languages, we know how very hard it is to translate something that
Yeah,
is
dude, I'm
said
trilingual.
in a certain
Yeah.
language into another language.
Do you want us to go to the Hebrew?
You
You want to read it?
find that
Do you want to read it from the Hebrew?
it still won't work. That's why I'm saying when you're not a person that knows two languages, when you're not a person that knows two languages, you never understand how difficult it is
Edward,
to translate
that's
a
the
word.
thing. I'm a person who
into
understands three
another language.
languages. Edward, I'm a person who understands three languages.
The point
I
I'm
speak
expressing
Welsh,
here,
French,
the point
and
I'm
English.
expressing here is if you come with what you call it a wolf into my country, we're just gonna call it a dog.
Okay. I'm
It's gonna
not
be
sure
good.
how this relates because it clearly says in the Hebrew a hare or a rabbit. So, and it's been translated to English as a rabbit. So it says rabbits chew
Yeah.
cud, and that's what it says in the original Hebrew. So it doesn't matter what it says in your language. It doesn't matter what language you speak. So I'm still wanting to know from you, what is your evidence that there was a species of rabbit that chewed cud? That was the original question. You're pivoting far away from that question. I just need to know what your evidence is.
The rabbit that used to chew cud ran out of existence.
The rabbits. Okay,
But there'd
what
be
is your
fossil
evidence of that?
him.
Yeah, you need to
There'd-
provide us
there'd be-
evidence.
And seeing as this happened, at most 4,000 years ago,
Yeah,
they'd be fossilizing still, because fossilization takes about 10,000 years.
yeah.
Well,
Right about
give or take,
now.
different
Yeah.
environments.
Maybe at best, right?
would-
Like at
It,
best.
at best, it would be now if it was like
Mhm.
under somehow optimal conditions that somehow it sped up. There'd be evidence of fossils, seeing as evidence of fossils of dinosaurs, which are 66 million years old.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. So we had a fossil of some rabbit out there that chewed cud. So just need your
Yeah.
evidence. Just need your evidence, Edward. That's all we need.
The same way you guys can't say that there were 1,000
Okay,
different types
that's
of
not what we
dinosaurs.
asked. We didn't ask you if we could provide evidence. We're asking you, what is your evidence? Because this is your claim. What is your evidence that rabbits,
But
a species of rabbit existed that chewed cud?
the only evidence you'd be happy with is me traveling in time to get the rabbit and then
No,
coming back with
a
the rabbit.
scientific paper would work.
Yes.
No, scientific paper would work.
Paper
Yeah.
of fossils.
Yeah.
But
Oh man.
So you're saying everything
Welsh,
in
are
life
you
has been
Welsh, are you seeing the cope in the chat? It is hilarious.
Yeah, like Cetotrophy is not. Secretrophy
Yeah.
is not nearly the same.
It's just this is just
It's-
yeah,
it's-
this is
it's
just
lit-
this
yeah.
is crazy.
Okay,
Yeah,
so-
this is wild. All right.
So out of the entire
Okay,
Bible,
so-
this is the only part that
Just so you
you've
know,
seen that, like,
Edward. Just so you know, Edward.
Yes.
Rabbits and ruminants, so like lagomorphs and ruminants, split off about 80 to 90 million years ago. So it would. So only around 80 to 90 million years ago, and further back is how far you'd have to find a rabbit-like animal that chews cud. And I don't even know if Laurasiatheria is the super order. So yeah.
But then
You
there
can find
is
some
there is no 19 million years ago. The Earth is
Oh,
only
yeah, you're correct.
Okay.
6,000
So
years.
again, we just need your evidence that there were rabbits that existed that chewed cud. That's all we need from you
Yeah.
at this point.
They're fossil.
Yeah, and
Listen.
real
Should be
quick
fossil.
too, then I'll
Yeah, go ahead,
and real
Cyber.
quick too, then I'll drop down. So I speak Hebrew, and when we read this in the Hebrew, we get Vayet Helabeth Ma'alat Garah, which is and the hare or rabbit. Hanrabeth is hare rabbit, and Garar is like cud to bring up and
To
chew
bring up.
again.
Yeah.
Yep. So the scripture clearly makes it clear that it is a rabbit and it is chewing cud, that it's
Yeah.
bringing it back up and chewing it again.
So all y'all in chat, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Just letting y'all know right now. you
And
guys
we
are
haven't
all
even
full of
tou-
shit.
and this
You don't
is-
know what you're talking about.
And this is
That
one
one
animal.
is-
The rock badger is the much harder one to defend because it doesn't even eat its own poop.
Yeah.
But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and drop on down.
Yeah, I know. Thanks, Cyber. Appreciate you. Hey, drive safe, buddy. So yeah, the rock badger is really hard to defend, but we're gonna go with rabbit. So because it's still pretty weak. It's still pretty hard to defend. So okay, you don't. So it sounds like you don't have any evidence because we've wasted like 20 minutes on this. So do you have evidence or not? It's a yes or no.
I've given you the theory. I think that's good enough.
I didn't ask for a theory. I asked for evidence.
It's not a theory. It's not even a hypothesis.
It's
a
not
theory.
even
evidence
hypothesis.
will
It's
be
just a
traveling
state. It's
back-
just a
traveling
claim.
back in time and coming with it.
That's not what we. No, it's not what we said. It's not what we said. We said all you had to do is just provide a scientific paper, cite a scientist who says this, something like that, a peer-reviewed
Find a
study.
fossil.
Find a fossil. Just go to Google. So it shows a picture of a rabbit fossil. That's all you got to do. It's that simple.
Because a great thing. If because the only way I'd think you could do it would be find a common ancestor, which I don't think you believe in, but just from the scientific lens, I'd find the common ancestor, which I'm pretty sure we have found, or at least or at least either right before or right after the common ancestor. I mean, it's basically a rat because it's 90 million years ago.
Mhm.
Basically, every single mammal was a rat. Because dinosaurs.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
yeah, like I mean, you could use comparative anatomy, and I feel like you could not pretty easily, but
Okay. We'll give you an easier one, Edward.
Yeah.
Is a bat a bird or a mammal?
Oh, trust. I wouldn't go with this one because in Hebrew, bird. I did study a bit on this. The bird. It was literally just talking about flying creatures in general.
Oh yeah, that's right. All right, that's right. Yeah, I just said flying creatures in general.
Yeah.
So they went with bat, and then there was and they do identify several, and it's uncertain. Yeah, you're right. Okay, so but there's plenty more. We can go with
Genesis says the Earth is flat, right?
Yeah.
The firmament.
Oh, we might get ourselves a flat earther today. That's gonna be fun. That would be fun. Okay. Yeah, see? You see? Okay. All right. So Edward, back to you. So you don't have any evidence that rabbits chew that there was a species of rabbit that chewed cud. That's what we're hearing.
I think the theory is good enough.
The theory is good enough? Okay. Well,
Not
not for
theory.
us. Yeah, it's
It's
not
not
a
even a
theory. It's
hypothesis,
just it's
Edward.
just a claim. Yeah.
Edward, find some evidence.
Yeah, we just need you to find
Also,
some evidence,
What's
friend.
the timer at? Because I can't see it.
The timer's at let's see. I think it's like 7 minutes. Let me see. 4 minutes 55 seconds.
Because it's
Yeah, it's
okay, 'cause
it's
it's
obscured.
it's behind the.
Yeah, it's obscured. Okay. So we're at like 4 minutes 55
Good,
seconds. There we go.
Okay, good. Only 4 minutes.
4.5 minutes. About 4.5 minutes. Okay. So you don't have anything on that. All right. What else? Oh, I know a good one. I know a really good one. I know a really, really good one. Now, this one is usually a moral argument that I make, but I like switching it up and making this a scientific argument. So, all right. So, Edward, what percentage of women bleed the first time after they have sex?
What percentage?
Yeah, I'm asking you, what percentage of women bleed after the first time they have sex?
But how can a person ever definitively answer such a question when they haven't had sex with all the women?
No, because we have evidence of it. So what percentage? Yeah, so I'm asking you, statistics. So what percentage of women bleed the first time after they have sex?
Well, you're saying after women have sex, they go somewhere to record to say, I bled, I didn't bleed, I bled, I didn't bleed.
Yeah. So I just need the answer from you. What percentage?
You can tell me the percentage, but I'm not going to believe it. As
Okay.
long as it's not
Okay,
recorded
then
after
so
the
then
women.
you must know what the
Mm.
percentage is. So what is the percentage?
Like,
Is it
I'm
100%? Is it 0%? Is it 50%? What
Is it
percentage?
43%?
Is it 43%? Is it 75%? 10%? What is it?
It's almost 100.
Almost 100. Okay.
43.
All right.
Yes.
It's about 43%. So we'll just call it.
So confirmed is 42.3.
Yeah. But you know what? We'll give it to you.
Academic.
We'll give you a little bit of leeway and we'll just call it 50%. We'll just call it a coin flip. All right? How about we do that? And that works in your favor. Now that we know it's a coin flip, we'll just say it's a coin flip. It works in your favor. Okay. So, if that's the case, Edward, since we know that 50% of women bleed after the first time they have sex, we have confirmed this and demonstrated it to be true. You may not believe it, but that doesn't matter whether or not it's true. We have evidence of that. We have strong evidence of that. We know that's true. Why didn't God know that?
What does the verse say?
What's the verse say? Well, I need you to answer my question first. Why didn't God know that women bleed, that 50% of women bleed the first time they have sex? We only got a minute and a half left, so you can waste time on this, but
like I just answered, all the women down here in Africa where we are having sex and they're not recording anyway to say I bled, I didn't bleed, this one bled, this one bled.
Okay.
Well, there are studies, though, so.
Yeah, we have studies.
how
We have
would
studies on every continent.
Yes, and
But
this
then
is just from the academics.
but we've got places that Americans haven't even reached. People from the UK haven't reached. We've got all those places. How can you definitively say 50%
Okay.
of women
Well, then provide us evidence that almost all women bleed. Again, we're back in the same boat. What evidence do you have that almost all women bleed the first time? Cite us a study. Give us a study. Give us a scientific paper. Give us a scientist who says it. So it's your claim. We have evidence on our end. We just gave you evidence on our end. He just cited the journal it came from. Welsh Dragon just cited the journal. So it is your turn. You have to provide us evidence now. It's not just because you it's clear because if you're saying all the women in Africa, but you clearly haven't met all the women in Africa. So what is your evidence that almost all women bleed after the first time they have sex?
The point you've just said works against you.
Okay, you're dodging my question. What is your evidence? Okay, what is your evidence? What is your evidence that almost all the women bleed after the first time they have sex? Just need to know. I just need to know your evidence.
Initially, when I answered your question, I said, logically, that question cannot be answered. Why? Because there hasn't been
Then why do we have evidence of it?
That's a blatant lie of whoever is putting.
It's a blatant lie. Okay, then you have to prove it's a lie. That's
yes,
again, that's your claim. Oxford is
totally
yeah. Oxford academic is lie. You're saying Oxford academic is lying.
Why would they?
Yeah, why would they lie?
Like, why?
But then it's like saying,
so fucking painful.
All men. It's like saying 60% of men like pizza, and you've never come to ask me, do I like pizza? You've never come to my brother to ask him, do they like pizza? And then you just say, just because the Oxford is saying 60%.
Do you know how statistics work, Edward?
Oh.
I think that's the time, by the way.
Yeah, it's the time.
Do you know how statistics work, Edward?
Go ahead. I'm starting the poll. I've started the kick poll on the YouTube side. I'm starting the kick poll here on the.
One thing that happens with statistics is they just get a group of 10 girls at Harvard University, and then they ask those 10 girls, and then they say, because
all right, kick poll started.
Let's see this. Let me get it back up. Let me get the study back up. So okay, let's see. Let's see if they have a amount of women that they. So the age was 30. The median age was wild. 31. I can't find the number of women. Oh, sorry. An anonymous survey completed by 6,370 women. You know what a study is needed for a college study, for a study done by a university? It's 100, Edward.
Yeah, it's 100.
Beats the college study by 63. Well, sorry, 6,300%.
It does. All right. Well, the votes are in.
63 college studies.
Yeah, the votes are in, Edward. They voted to move on somebody else, but appreciate you coming up. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. So.
Wow.
That
okay.
was annoying.
God's not sending their best today.
He has his best.
God's not sending the best. No.
Yeah.
All right. That was.
I think my proudest achievement is that because I used to go to ASU. When I was before the new year, before I transferred, I was able to convince a creationist that evolution was real.
Nice. How long did that take you?
Thank you for the gifts, guys.
Yeah. Yeah. Gift up. Gift Welsh up. Exactly.
This is the most gifts I've ever gotten in a life.
That's awesome.
Actually, I think when I was in Cody's live and I said that I got into Princeton, they're like I got 100.
Whoa.
Wow. And that was very good. So
that's awesome, man. Yeah. So yes, gift up Welsh. And if you're liking Welsh, if you're liking the facts he's spitting, let's look at that. Yeah. Let's follow Welsh.
Holy shit.
Let's motivate Welsh to start his own lives. It would be awesome if they started their own lives, wouldn't it? So let's motivate Welsh.
It would be very fun.
Let's see.
I will do my best. I probably will, but take into account, I probably will only be doing lives on weekends. So
that's okay. Better. You know what? See, Welsh only has 98 followers. So let's really bump up that follower count today.
I have 98 now? I was at 50.
You have 98 now. Yeah. So let's bump up that
Oh,
count.
thank you guys.
Let's because we
Thank
got
you guys. I gained
254 people
28
here,
followers, I think.
and we've got 69 on YouTube. So, do you have a YouTube channel?
I think I've gained about it's the same name with the Welsh
It's the
dragon.
same.
It might be the Welsh skeptic.
The Welsh
But I
skeptic.
don't have any videos or anything.
That's okay. So let's go search for the Welsh skeptic on YouTube, and let's go follow Welsh dragon. Either Welsh dragon or Welsh skeptic.
Revolution didn't stop. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
evolution
TikTok's
evolution hasn't stopped. Yeah, we're still finding new species. Like, yeah. We're still finding new species.
We're still. So actually, species is kind of arbitrary.
Yeah. Kind of arbitrary.
Like
but
you have to like define a species, obviously, like just for clarity.
yeah.
But in actuality, species is really arbitrary. It's like if you have a gradient of red to blue, where does red end and blue begin?
Yeah.
It's arbitrary.
Yeah.
You know, because it will be purple. You know. So
Yeah.
So
I
we
love the
have,
personal attacks these people have. I love the personal attacks. I only have one baby
why is it
mama.
arbitrary? Yeah, I just explained it, but yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same with I mean, just for instance, Homo erectus. Almost 2 million years it existed. It's the most successful of the human lineage.
Well, Haley,
we decided
I'm already taking Haley, so
there's actually 3 species.
Sorry to disappoint you.
Technically, there's 3 species of of Homo erectus. I'm in the splitters group where I think that it's actually Homo Homo ergaster, Homo erectus proper, and then Homo heidelbergensis is like the lineage in age.
Yeah.
Oldest to youngest. But there is also the groupers which just do the Homo erectus, and then there's the subspecies, you know, Homo erectus, ergaster, then proper, then, you know, heidelbergensis. Again, that is because they live for so long. It's kind of hard to find.
I don't believe.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why I asked you and him.
So, boys,
you gotta do the
you're up.
He's gotta do it. Just pray about it and keep studying.
All right.
You gotta be studying the scriptures.
How's it going, boys?
Not really. No, you don't.
Whatever, man.
You gotta do it.
Hello, boys.
Yeah, how's it going?
Are you over the age of 18?
Yep. Are you over 18? And let's see. I think you were. Yeah, I think I remember having you up before. All right, just verifying you're over 18, right?
Yeah, I'm over 18.
All right. And what are your pronouns again?
He, him.
Okay. Yeah, I think I remember having you up. So, what do you got for evidence today?
Say something. I have my friend here.
Fantastic. All right.
Sorry,
So what's your evidence that God is real?
My evidence that God is real.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'd say, for me, I don't know how helpful this is on like a forum like this, but I would say my biggest evidence that God is real would be through like my personal study and experiences with God, through like, I guess, in the spirit. But I don't know how helpful that kind of an evidence is on a forum like this. But
Okay. Well,
that would be my.
Okay. I hear you. Now, I've talked to people, like I talked to a Greek God believer a while ago, and she told me that she had a personal experience with the god Apollo, and then that motivated her to put up an altar, and she talks to Apollo all the time. So does that mean Apollo is real?
So I would say, for me personally, I don't personally believe that Apollo is real. However, if my only evidence is just based off my personal experiences with the Spirit, as in, I guess, like what I believe to be the Holy Spirit.
Okay.
Well, influence,
it doesn't really matter what you believe. It's whether or not it's true, right? So what I'm trying to understand is, if your personal experience makes it true in your case, why doesn't it make it true in her case?
Well, yeah. So that's what I was saying about the truth claim of that is that's my only reason to believe. But I would say it's the validity of that combined with what I've studied and read that makes it true to me.
Okay.
Now, if I believe it's true, that doesn't necessarily mean it's objective truth, I would say, but as
Right.
I've continued to study it out.
Yeah, we
and learn
want
more
we
about
want
it.
evidence that demonstrates that God is objectively real. Like your mother's objectively real, right?
I mean, I believe so.
Yeah,
From what
yeah.
I've experienced.
Well, yeah. Your mom's objectively real. Like has your friend met your mom?
Yeah.
Okay, so that'd be
Well,
very strong
what
evidence
about-
that she's real, right?
Yeah, I would say so.
Fantastic. Okay, so we're looking for that type of evidence. So what evidence have you got that God is real? What else besides your personal experience that we cannot we can't validate or verify?
Mhm. Yeah, that's the only problem that I have, like, on, I guess, a forum like this is, I guess, explaining my belief based on evidences such as that. But I guess I have like some other. So I'm actually a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. I don't know if you're familiar with that perspective.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. Oh my goodness, this is gonna be okay. I've been waiting to talk to a LDS for a while, so this is cool. All right, so you're a member of LDS. Okay, so it's your personal experience. Yeah. Go ahead, Welsh.
I was gonna critique him, but actually, I was gonna critique your prophet,
Sure.
Joseph Smith, seeing as he married a 13-year-old. Actually, I think she might have been younger. No, 15-year-old, and raped her. So.
Which one? What was her name? Did you say?
Oh yeah, there's more than one, wasn't it?
Yeah, there was.
Mm-hmm.
So are we I guess asking about like evidence for like God's existence, or for, I guess, your belief in the validity of Joseph Smith being a prophet?
Well, yeah, I think you might have a point, because if Joseph Smith wasn't validly a prophet, that doesn't mean God isn't real, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just means it might mean he just got it wrong. Okay, well, I think I see you. That's probably a good point. So, I guess we can go into how do you know that, besides your personal experience, because you said there's some research you've done, you've read into it. So what have you read that tells you God is real?
Okay, so for me personally, I feel like, I mean, obviously, this would be maybe this might not even be worth bringing up, but I do feel like from evidences just of like existence, and I guess the evidence of intelligence is, from my experience at least, like intelligence only comes from another intelligent source or something such as that, right? Where we see, I guess, in reality that like mankind is only birthed from mankind, and animals are only birthed from intelligent life. Even if you were to say like maybe the computer, I guess, example, where you'd say, well, an AI seems like intelligent and it seems to bring up things like that, but that was still created by mankind. I would say, just in my experience, intelligence is always brought about by intelligence. And I don't know if that necessarily objectively proves God's existence, but I believe that
It doesn't.
Yeah, I don't see how it does. Yeah, I don't see how that's evidence that God is real. Yeah, especially because in that being the case, don't you think scientists would agree with you?
Well, I don't think, in my opinion, and I feel like from my Latter-day Saint backgrounds, I don't feel like science and religion necessarily has to disagree on every aspect of like God's existence or not.
Well, I would say that science doesn't have an opinion on God's existence.
Okay.
So I don't think they neither agree nor disagree. They just look at they just look at whatever data they have, and then they their observations, their data, their testing, their results, and then they make inferences based on that. But
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, then in that case, then why would that have, I guess, anything to do with yeah.
Well,
Okay.
I mean, you
Makes
said
sense.
it's because, intelligent
And that was-
life only comes from intelligent
to me,
life.
that was-
And you said, therefore, God is real. And that's why I asked you, well, how come scientists haven't come to
Therefore-
that conclusion?
Okay, that is yeah, that was probably I've heard that point argued before. I guess it's not that valid, but yeah. I guess,
Okay.
do you have any, maybe this is unrelated, or maybe not my place in this, but I guess, do you have any like specific questions for I guess, me about why you'd want to know about like certain aspects of.
Well, I think that's just it.
Why,
You know,
why
we
my religion ties in, because
well,
yeah,
we just asked for evidence, and then it doesn't sound like you really
I
have
guess
any.
I guess one of my evidences would be, so from my, I guess what I'd say my spiritual witness is tied into the witness of, I feel like, scripture, especially like miracles, like things like the Book of Mormon, for example, is one of the things that I believe in. I feel like those collective witness models add together to with like the story of Joseph Smith, for example. I don't know how familiar you are with like the coming about of like the Book of Mormon or things such as that, but those witnesses of almost like the impossibility or like impracticality of those things, how they like logically cohere. Like for example, like the evidence of like ancient writing in the Book of Mormon, for example, like it just slipped my mind, like the ancient poetic script, like chiasms and such. Those
Okay.
things add together where like Joseph Smith and such would never have known of.
Okay.
I guess there's no evidence to support that he would have known things like that. So
All right.
that would be grounds for me thinking that he was inspired
Okay.
of
Well,
God, I guess.
okay. Well, I got my. Okay, and chat. This sheet will be presented. Will be put in as a link in the Discord. If you are a mid-tier member, if you have a backstage pass, you'll see this. You'll see this document in a link to the document that you can review later. So, okay. So, now if we're gonna go look at the Book of Mormon, what percentage of the Book of Mormon would you say is true? Like if you had to put a number on it, like 1%, scale of 1 to 100, how much of the Book of Mormon is true?
I don't know if I could put a number to it, because I do believe that the truths that are taught in the Book of Mormon, like about Jesus Christ and about, I guess, the things that he's done for us and the principles of the Book of Mormon are true. However, I do not hold to like infallible scripture.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
What things are not true in the Book of Mormon?
Well, for me, I don't feel like I've come across things that I've necessarily seen as untrue.
Okay.
But I haven't necessarily gone through the Book of Mormon looking for things that are untrue.
Okay. Now, if there were things in there that weren't true, what would that do to the how would you hold the Book of Mormon if we found a bunch of things in it that aren't true?
Well, it just goes back to my, I guess, collective witness of spiritual things, and then also, I guess, temporal things. Because when I've studied the Book of Mormon and when I've tried to, I guess, find the answer of things, I usually pray about it, and that's usually my ultimate source of information. I guess my point is that with my spiritual witness being like the most primary witness, it would have to somehow just prove my spiritual experience. And I don't know if that's necessarily possible in this forum, but
okay.
So I'm not sure if this will even be much of a valid discussion, but I mean, we could give it a shot.
Okay. So if I hear what you're saying, we could provide things to you that that couldn't possibly be true. And I guess I'm not 100% clear on what would you just say, well, okay, so what? It's not true, but that doesn't really mean anything, or like, what would it?
Well, yeah. But I guess for me, I guess my point is that I don't believe in infallible scripture, and so the fact that there could be some flaws in scripture would not, I guess, base my belief in God.
Okay.
I feel like there's more truth to it, and if I find that there's more fault in a text maybe than truth, then yes, I would want to look into that more, and I would want to study it out, and then most importantly, like, pray about it and try to find an answer through that as well.
Okay.
But yeah, if that makes sense.
And because you said, well, I don't believe in an infallible scripture. Now, do you believe in an infallible God?
I do believe that God. Well, yeah, I would say, to an extent, yes, I do believe that God is perfect. But however, like from my Latter-day Saint perspective, so I do believe that God is perfect. Okay. I do believe that God can communicate to us, but I do believe that because of this mortality, because of the state that we're in, how God communicates to us is very dependent on how we are able to, I guess, willing to receive it. So God being perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then, if I'm hearing you right, you're saying then then would it explain it that the Book of Mormon might be infallible is because of how humans have interpreted it?
Sorry, say that one more time.
I think it sounds like what you're saying is that the explanation for why the Book of Mormon, which is, you would agree, is from God, right? Why like, my question would be, why would an imperfect God give you, or why would a perfect God, excuse me, why would a perfect God give you a book that might be fallible?
Okay, so the thing about that is I guess dependent on your view of like revelation or how scripture is received, because from what I understand, a lot of revelation that is received is not necessarily just direct words that are spoken to someone, but it is mostly the ideas and feelings that are transmitted, and then the person who is being given to, I guess, puts it into words, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And
So
it might not be perfect.
okay. So in other words, Joseph Smith may have, when Joseph Smith wrote out the Book of Mormon, he might have gotten some things wrong.
So I do think he was inspired,
Uh-huh.
but I do not think Joseph Smith was perfect. However, I don't think he got things that are necessarily very important super wrong. At least important to me from what I've understood of the Book of Mormon.
Right.
Reading it.
Well, I guess because I think the struggle for me would be, if you found things in the Book of Mormon that just aren't true, how do you know like the other things in there are true?
And I guess that would all come down to, for me, which again might not be,
Praying
be another one of the reasons. Yeah, might be one of the reasons that I'm not very qualified for, I guess, a conversation like this, is because most of my, I guess, witness, although I do feel like I have, I do try to study and I do try to learn more and try to find more evidence. My primary evidence would be from, I guess, my personal witness, which I can only determine for myself. So, for example, it'd be if I, like, obviously, me telling you that I have a spiritual experience does not convince you that there's a God. You'd have to have maybe a similar experience or your own personal experiences with God to prove his existence to you.
Well, it kind of goes back to what I said earlier. Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
And that's kind of what I was trying to tie it back to as well, is with that Apollo. You were talking about Apollo earlier.
And I've talked to every person in a lot of different people in many different religions who have all had personal, like, spiritual experiences. And I have a friend who is now a deist who had a spiritual experience while he was in a coma. And so he was an atheist, and then he had the spiritual experience, and now he's a deist. He just believes that there is some sort of higher power out there. And so the thing that I struggle with is, like, you have your spiritual experience. It points you to Mormonism and that God. My friend, it points him to just a higher power. I talked to a Hindu. They've had spiritual experiences, and it points them to the Hindu gods. And then, there's Islam, it points them to Allah, and all the way down the line. So it seems like we have, you could talk to 100 different people and you will have had 100 different spiritual experiences. So how can we say that's true if people all have had different experiences?
Yeah, and I guess my point with that would be that I feel like it's true for me, and that's why I feel like it's true for my personal experience. But since it's true for me, does not mean it's necessarily true for you. So you'd have to come to your own conclusion about that. But for the time being, and for what I personally experienced, I feel like I do believe in the God of Christianity that is explained in that is partially revealed through the Bible and then also revealed through the Book of Mormon. But that is just through my, I guess, personal experience. So I can't necessarily put that onto you.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Because then the other thing that kind of comes up with that is that it seems like these people have spiritual experiences based on their upbringing and their geographical location. So, like, for example, people in India tend to have experiences that are related to Hinduism. People in America have experiences related to the Christian God. It's a tendency. It's not 100% across the board, but it's very strongly in favor. People in the Middle East tend to have spiritual experiences related to Allah. So, so how much of an, like, how confident are you that you would have the same exact experience if you were born in India?
I'm like, from what I've had here.
Yeah.
Oh, so I definitely would not have the same experience that I've had if I was born in India necessarily. So I'm not sure, because I would have to be born in India and experience that to understand, I guess.
Okay. Well, then how could we possibly know then that this is the Christian God that you had an experience with and not some other God?
The reason I believe that it's the Christian God that I've had the experiences with is because that's, I guess, who I address and I am studying about usually when I am praying about it. And so I pray to know, I guess, if this is true and if these things are true. And from my experience, I feel like I have come to that conclusion that it's true. However, that does not mean that everyone has to come to the same conclusion as me, because obviously they have not had that same. And I'm still like studying and trying to learn different things.
Yeah, I got you. I guess because I'm trying to look for the objective truth, because you would agree there is objective truth, right? Yeah. And either. I just think they're What's that? I didn't. Sorry. I'm sorry, I cut you off. Go ahead.
No, you were going. I cut into that.
I was
have like a deeper thought put together.
I was finished. So yeah, you can go ahead. Could you say it again, what you just said? So, because I'm done. So go ahead. You can say.
Oh, you're all good. I was gonna like agree that I do think there are such things as like truth. I do think there are truths, but it is, I guess, up to us to decide what we're going to believe or not. But from what I've experienced, it would be, I guess, the God that is explained in the Book of Mormon and in the Bible together. And you'd have to come to the same, I guess, conclusion that I would. You'd have to obviously read through the Book of Mormon and be praying about that as well. But I can't necessarily throw my beliefs on anyone without inviting them to do that same thing that I've done, because I can't choose what you believe.
Well, sure. I guess, well, because I mean, I don't think we choose our beliefs. I think we come to a belief based on, a ton of factors. Yeah, a ton of factors, like how we grew up, like our experiences, our previous experiences, and a lot of times, in some ways, like the way our brains are shaped and things of that sort. We come to these conclusions based on that. So I don't think we choose our beliefs, because that would be like saying, you choose to believe in Santa Claus, right? At some point you just stop believing because it's not true. And and so there is a thing called like confirmation bias, in which, once you believe something, it's very hard to change your belief. Like you would need, a lot of data and facts to change it. And then in that case, you would tend to hang on to it. Yeah.
And I would definitely say I would definitely be biased in that way as well, because I mean, I've been raised in this church, and I do often study from like the Book of Mormon and the Bible. So obviously I would be biased in that way as well.
Yeah. And now, how confident are you that it's the Mormon God that is real? Like on a scale of 1 to 100. Yeah.
Well, I feel like if I put it to a number, I do feel like I am like 100% confident based on my spiritual witnesses. But I don't know. That's just me. Oh, thank you. That's just me personally.
Yeah. And I know you're keeping it like on a personal place, and I get that, and I respect that.
Sorry
No. You're fine.
To a personal level, if that's not really what you're looking for here.
No. It's fine. No, you're being honest, and that's really what I'm looking for. Is I'm looking for honesty, and up to this point we haven't had hardly any of it. So I really appreciate it. But I think what I'm trying to understand from your perspective is, what do we do then if we find a Hindu who is 100% convinced that the Hindu gods are real? Because both of you can't be right. So how would I as an outsider figure out like which one of you is objectively correct?
You'd have to come about your belief by your own personal study of both religions. Because if I was coming to know between Hinduism and being a Latter-day Saint, if I was trying to come to know which one was true, then obviously I would want to study both religions and learn about both religions, and then also figure out if I can get like a spiritual confirmation in both religions that would be true. So you'd have to study that out, I guess, on your own.
Why is a spiritual confirmation required?
I guess we can convince ourselves of like a lot of logical truth and a lot of things like that, but I feel like, at least in my religion, a spiritual witness is important because I guess being a Latter-day Saint is very relationship based, and so the way we get to know someone is through experience with them. And so my experiences with God and feeling the Spirit are the ways that I've kind of come to know Him.
Okay.
And so that's why spiritual witness is important to me.
Is it possible to know to have an experience with someone and not know them at all?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Like I'm kind. I guess my point with that would be, you shouldn't just have one experience with something. If you're trying to know the truth of it, and that's what my, I guess, collective model is. Spiritual witness model is based off of collective. As I slowly feel like God slowly reveals Himself to me, so not like all at once, like appearing to me, but it's like me getting to know Him.
Okay.
So like my first encounter might not necessarily be perfect.
Yeah.
But it's over time. I don't know.
Well, because I guess from my point of view, I haven't had any spiritual experiences, right? And so I thought I did when I was a Christian, but I didn't. But I know now that those were, those were just my imagination. So if I haven't had any personal experiences, then wouldn't it be fair for me to conclude that there is no God, based on what you're saying to me? Like I'm just if I use the same like method that you just laid out for me, because I've read the Book of Mormon, I've read the Pearls of Great Price, and the Doctrines and Covenants, right? And I've read all three. I have read the Bhagavad Gita, I've read chunks of it. I've read the Quran, and I've read the Bible I don't know how many times. I read it every day. So I'm not having any kind of personal experiences whatsoever. People have prayed for me. I've prayed, all kinds of stuff. Hasn't happened. So I'm trying to understand then, wouldn't that be true then that no gods exist? I'll start the kick poll, everybody, since we met the gift goal early. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I wouldn't say, I guess, based on that, the fact that we have different experiences wouldn't necessarily be able to prove an objective truth. Also based on like your model earlier about how we all have like different confirmation biases. But I would say to you feel like that is true. And from your experience, that would be true to you. So thus far. But
you would agree that's not objectively true, right? You would say that's not objectively true. Yeah.
Well, and then likewise how you say that my perspective is not necessarily objectively true, and so we both have our truths that we believe in, but it's all based off our personal experience that we, I guess, believe in these things like we were talking about.
Okay. So, are they truths or are they opinions
though? For me, I do believe that it's truth, but this truth that I believe in is also my opinion to believe in it as well. So I believe that it's true, and you can also believe that it's not true. We can both have those opinions.
Okay. Now, one of the things though is that, because truth and opinion can't be the same thing. That would violate the law of excluded middle. So it's either going to be a truth or it's either going to be an opinion, right?
Yeah. It's my opinion that these things are true, and it's your opinion that these things are not true. And obviously we will disagree on what is true.
Well, at the end of the day, it's just opinions. It's like, it's my belief and it is my opinion that I don't believe that any gods exist. I don't believe in any gods.
I do feel, for me personally, like I do have like a stronger belief in these things based on like more experiences that I've had with it. But
I would agree with that.
Doesn't necessarily prove it true for everyone. Like, so you've obviously studied out many other religions as well. And
I have no belief. Yeah, I totally agree. You have a much stronger belief than I do. I don't have any belief. That's, or maybe like a sliver of belief, like just like I hold out, like there is a possibility, like a remote possibility that a God exists. I don't know which one it would be, but you know, very, very small sliver of belief that maybe a God exists. Because it's not impossible. It's not, you know, it's not, there are some, you know, flavors of these gods that aren't logically impossible. And so to me, that strikes possibility to me. So, you know, can't wholly rule them out. But there are people who will say there are no gods, you know, they just say it like that, which is fine. But I guess you know, so if, like from my point of view, I don't know, because I like to call myself a non-resistant non-believer. Like if you give me evidence that this God is real, I'll believe it.
I guess more just like more agnostic than completely
agnostic atheist. Yeah.
Okay.
Agnostic atheist. Yeah. So like, yeah. So it's kind of like that. Yeah. Well, hey, listen, yeah, we're gonna move on to a new guest, but hey, I appreciate you talking to me and coming up. That was no, you did fine. No way, you did fine. This was a great conversation. Yeah, as somebody put it, we were having a Canadian argument, which I'm good with Canadian arguments any day. Yeah, no, this was a great conversation. You know, it's interesting because every conversation I've had with a LDS person or a Mormon person, it's been basically like this. It's like this in this way. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right.
Well, I appreciate it.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, no worries. Enjoy the rest of your day. Take care.
Yeah, you as well. Take care.
All right. So, yeah, it's been like that.
I just read a comment. You don't need evidence for something to be real.
True. You don't. However, if no one else thinks it's real, then and we ask for evidence, then
yeah.
We would. Yeah. That's all we're asking for.
If something is true, like evolution, it doesn't need evidence. But to prove it beyond a reasonable doubt, it does need evidence.
Yeah. For people to believe it, you need evidence.
For a God,
right?
you do. Absolutely.
Yeah.
For God, you do.
That's not. You know, that's not hard. That's not controversial. I mean, it's like, you know, it's just basically like, you know, I say this all the time in my lives. If I say, in my garage, I have a levitating invisible Lamborghini, are you just going to believe me? I mean, if I turned to you and I said, well, you don't need evidence to believe it's true, just believe it. Would you believe it? Would that convince you? Well, no, of course not. You know, so.
Cody uses a unicorn in the backyard.
Unicorn, yeah. Unicorn in the backyard, yeah.
Or I have flown like Superman, and these people saw me when we're critiquing testimony arguments.
Yeah, I've done the levitate and spit fire. I've done the invisible fire breathing dragon in my house. I've done that one. And
invisible fire too, right?
Oh no, you can see the fire. You just don't see the dragon. Yeah.
It comes out from the where you cook your food.
Yeah, exactly. You know, there's burn marks all over my carpets, and I got little animal bones in my backyard, and smells like sulfur in my house all the time. It's not because I eat a whole bunch of eggs. Yeah.
I think you might just either have a infestation of some sort of like, you know, badger or something.
You don't believe me? What?
I don't believe. Unfortunately, I do not believe.
You don't believe me? Okay. Would you believe it if I told you my sister and my mom witnessed it spitting fire?
Wow.
They just saw a flame just appear out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Out of thin air. No?
No other context around it. Not like, oh, they were tired. Or...
No other context.
Yeah, I mean, when people say that Paul saw Jesus, I'm like, okay, so A, he hallucinated. And they say, oh no, it was a vision.
He fell and bumped his head.
No, he was on the road. He was in the road in the Middle East. He was probably having hallucinations of other things. That's just one of, if he existed even.
Well, not just that. He was on the road in the Middle East in the middle of the desert, and he fell off his horse and bumped his head. hallucinations are pretty common when you fall off the horse and bump your head. I'm just saying.
When you have a brain injury, they start,
Yeah, it happens. So, it's the way it goes. All right. So, all right. Well, let's bring up our next guest. How about this one? All right. Next guest. How's it going?
Hey, how's it going?
Doing well. Can I get your age and pronouns?
Just a guy who's 50 years old.
50 years old? Okay. And what are your pronouns? Which pronouns do you
I'm
prefer?
a guy.
You're a guy? Okay.
A guy. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we have guys that use all different kinds of pronouns. So which ones do you prefer?
As long as it's related to a guy, I don't matter.
To a guy? Okay. I don't know what that means.
To a male.
Male? Okay. That's your sex. Thank you. And then we have males who use different pronouns. So which pronouns do you want to use? Do you prefer?
You might need to remember, second grade English.
Yeah, I mean, what does that matter? I'm a guy, I'm a him, I'm a male, whatever.
Him.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a pronoun. All right.
Two pronouns. Cool.
There we go. All right. Fantastic. Thank you. All right. All right. Which God do you believe in? The God of the Bible, the Torah, or the Quran?
Yeah, the God of the Bible. You said, what's your best evidence that God is real?
Yeah.
Is that your question?
That's my question. What do you got?
Oh, yeah. The best evidence that God, it's a lot of evidence, but some of the best is the fine-tuning of the universe. If you look at the universe and the constants of nature, and you look at Hebrews 11:3, which says the worlds were framed by the word of God.
Mm-hmm.
So things which are seen were made by things that do not appear. Well, that's quantum ontology. It matches exactly what the founders of quantum mechanics said. Werner Heisenberg said subatomic particles are real in the physical sense. Max Planck said the mind is the matrix of all matter.
Angel.
Niels Bohr said,
Angel.
can I get it out, please? Before I get
we wanted one piece of evidence. We got to do one piece of evidence at a time.
Well,
yeah.
I'm about finished with
You're saying, what was it? Hebrews 11?
Well, you said fine tuning, then you said Hebrews 11:3, then you're like saying Max Planck and Heisenberg and all that stuff.
Hebrews 11:3
it's a quantum ontology.
fine tuning. Well, that it was fine tuned. I would say it'd prove fine tuned if it said like the equations of like gravity and stuff. But that didn't happen until Isaac Newton. So just saying something is fine tuned.
I'm not the only one to say it. Roger Penrose says it's fine tuned.
Appeal to authority.
No, you appealing to authority talking about other scientists.
Yeah, that's fine. Well, we gotta appeal to authority like in a correct way.
Evidence.
Yeah.
Like you can appeal to authority.
Roger Penrose is a correct way.
I'm trying to. Okay, hold on a sec. Hold on.
How does y'all was gonna interrupt everything?
Hold on. All right, hold on. So how does fine tuning demonstrate a God is real?
It demonstrates that God is real because it matches the Bible when it talks about the logos, create God's understanding, giving intelligibility to the universe. When you look at something like
giving intelligibility to the universe. Hold on, yes, we're interrupting because at this point okay. Hold on a second. Don't crash out. Calm down. Take a breath. Come on. Let's take a breath because
I know you atheists can't debate because you think you soulless animals, but. Can you listen to someone that don't think they're soulless animals?
Okay, now you're on probation, sir. Now you're on probation. You only talk when I unmute you. So if you're going to go meta and you're going to start calling names, then you go, and now we have to check your behavior. So, can't believe, man, this is like the third time I've had to do this today. Oh, jellyfish. All right. Well, jellyfish means goodbye. All right. Have a nice day.
I mean, you call us soulless animals, but I don't believe in souls, and we definitely are animals.
Yeah, we are animals. So thanks for the compliment. Appreciate that.
Yeah, I mean,
or it's accurate. Yeah, or it's accurate. Okay. Yeah. However, you didn't do that. No, we didn't run. You got jellyfished. So clearly you can't read. There's a reading comprehension problem. Yeah, we are animals, but there's a reading comprehension problem because it says jellyfish kick guests now. You got jellyfished. So it was to the point that you were so annoying that someone was willing to pay for a jellyfish to make you leave. So
I
you might
have
want
to,
to reflect on that and check your attitude. Oh, I'm sorry. What were you
I
saying?
might have to tell Cody about your things like the kick poles and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Might have to tell him about that if you don't mind me saying.
Oh, I don't mind. Steal whatever.
Alright, cool.
Yeah. None of this is trademarked or registered or anything like that.
I'm British. It's in my blood. Okay.
Exactly. Now, okay. Well, you know what? This is a great question that I have for some British people, and I've asked several British people this. Why'd y'all get all the spices in the world and not use them in their food? Just wanna know.
Hey, I use spices in my food because I love spices.
All right, that's good to know.
I mean, yeah, but I think it's because we wanted the money for them. Because people
Okay.
pay a ton of money for them.
Gotcha. Okay. You too
Yeah,
busy selling
you
them.
didn't-
You were just turning around and selling them away. Okay, that makes sense.
No, but my grandma lived in India for a while, so
Oh, okay.
she loves spices and stuff like that. So,
Right on. Right on.
My mom grew up with spices.
No, I gotta
and
say
that's why I
y'all are really good sports too, because yeah, my best friend is actually married a British woman, and so I just give her a hard time all the time. And
Blood traitor.
yeah, I give her a hard time. So yeah. So you guys are great sports. So she sends it back to me too. So this whole British or proper and all, no, that's only like no if you just get to a certain spot. Yeah.
That's like, I haven't lived in England for, well, actually no, for like a few years.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I only lived there because I lived in France, and I moved to France when I was 4 for a bit. We lived there until we moved to America. So
yeah,
I lived in France for like 5, 6 years. So I only lived in England for 4. So I don't remember much of it. So,
oh wow, wow, okay,
yeah, we
okay.
Yeah. Me and my brother actually have a theory on why Britain wanted to colonize, because on a clear day you can see the French, also why the French wanted to colonize, and the Spanish, because on a clear day from the side of, what was it? Is it Dover? Basically, along the English Channel on a clear day, you can see France. That just drives a response of curiosity. So, yeah, and that drives people to colonize.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, because you see the land and you're like, I want to go there.
wanna
I
go
want to see. Yeah, I want to see what's over there. Makes sense.
I mean, in Spain, I'm pretty sure
Yeehaw!
along on the southern tip of Spain, you can see is it Morocco? I think it might be
Yeah,
Morocco.
thanks. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Anyway,
All right, Kevin.
All right,
Okay, go ahead and unmute Kevin, and welcome.
Restart
Thanks
the
for
timer.
waiting. Oh yeah, I will. And then Kevin, could you tell us your name, your age, and pronouns, please?
I'm 39, and I'm he.
He.
Cool.
Okay. All right. And then, which God do you believe in?
The God of the Bible, Christian Bible.
All right. What's your best evidence that God is real?
Best evidence, I would say.
We want to do one at a time. We start with the best one and then work our way down.
I would say my best is probably my children.
Okay. How so? Elaborate.
Yeah, just the actual creation of that and seeing it come to fruition and just watching them grow.
Okay. I'm not quite following. I'm not sure how that demonstrates that God is real.
yeah.
Well, to me, it is a miracle. My children are miracles to me. So
Okay.
It's a very well understood process, pregnancy, giving birth. They're very well understood processes.
Yeah.
There's a whole field of science called embryology for it.
Like we could say because of that, the evidence that we have of how, children come along, we could say that's not evidence of God. That means
Well,
no
you
gods are
can,
real. Yeah.
if you'd
So
like.
right. So that's what I'm
It's
trying to
just
understand.
it's just
We're
evidence
using
of biology.
we're using the same evidence to come to different conclusions. So how is it evidence that yours is
It's my
real?
personal. That's just my personal view. That's my personal evidence. It's
Okay.
not. Obviously, nobody can come on this forum and give you 100% irrefutable evidence that God
Didn't ask
exists. You
for
have to have
100%
faith.
irrefutable evidence. I just asked for one piece of evidence. Like, for example,
Well,
if you're
that
investigating a
I
crime,
gave it to
right?
you.
And you see, like, if somebody, if, like you see evidence of a crime, right? And you're thinking, oh, that guy over there did it. Well, that's just that's a guess. You have a hunch maybe, but you need like one piece of evidence, right? You need like fingerprints or footprints or an eyewitness, something like that. Yeah, that's what.
Okay, what
But
about
if
the positioning of the Earth?
positioning of the Earth, okay, in what way?
Elaborate.
Well, if we were closer to the sun, we'd burn up. If we were farther away, we would freeze to death.
Why do we
Well,
why do we move like millions of miles based on the time of year? So
No
we're
idea.
millions of miles
The way
closer,
God
we're
designed
millions of
it.
miles
4
further
million
away.
miles.
Yeah, it's about 4 million mile difference, either way. But we don't burn
My
up.
my answer to that is that's the way God designed it.
And how do we know that's
Well,
true?
Yeah.
Again, you're never going to know that for sure. I have faith in that.
Okay, you have
Kevin,
faith.
I have evidence. I have evidence of how rocky planets form.
Where did you get your
And
evidence?
I'm NASA. That's just the science I read from.
Yeah.
Well, then you have faith in NASA.
How so?
No, I have
How do we have
faith
faith?
I don't have anything.
Well, you're reading
they
something
showed
from
me
NASA,
evidence,
and then you
and
believe
I
it.
trust scientists.
Well, but
Well,
see, the
you
thing
have
is
faith in
that
those scientists.
well, no, we don't have faith in those scientists. We have.
Yes, you do.
How so? Well, what's the definition of how do you define faith?
Belief without seeing.
Belief without seeing. Correct. So, are you saying then that we
You can
have
just
to
read something
we have
that
to
NASA
physically
wrote,
okay.
and then you believe it.
Okay, so what you're saying then is if we review published scientific papers from these scientists,
You have to.
are
have
you
faith.
saying but are you saying that they didn't write them?
No. I'm saying you have to have
Okay.
faith that that's actually true.
Okay, but in what way though? Because if we have a group of scientists, like multiple scientists who are coming to the same conclusions, how do you think they came to those conclusions?
Who knows?
What do you mean who knows? There's a method that they used. What method did you think that they used? Yeah.
Okay. I don't.
Have you read a scientific paper?
Absolutely. Yeah, I have.
You have. Okay. So what things are included in a scientific paper that make it a scientific paper? There's elements in there.
It's to me, it isn't about what is in the scientific paper.
Okay,
it's about
it's not what I asked.
You do well. I understand that, but you still have to have faith in that.
Okay. Well, we're trying to get there, but I'm
shown evidence, and we're led to believe it. Because of
right.
the evidence.
But what I'm trying to understand is if you say you've read a scientific paper, and there are elements in there that tell you it's a scientific paper, and so that's why I'm asking you, what's in a scientific paper? What elements are in there?
I happen to believe that science is flawed.
Okay, I'm not sure how that answers my question.
That doesn't matter.
Well, if I believe that it's flawed, then how can I just say, oh, well, here's a scientific paper,
talking
and this
about-
must be it. It must be the truth.
No, we're talking about how a paper is structured. What's the first part of paper, of a scientific paper? It starts with an A.
I have no idea.
It's called the abstract.
It's called an
Okay.
abstract.
Summarization.
Okay, so
It's
what?
a summarization of the data, without using too many
Yeah.
figures and too many big words. Actually, no, we're using a lot of big words, but
Okay.
Okay.
So-
Well, okay. So, we can agree with you that science is flawed. So, are you saying science has to be perfect in order for things to be scientifically accurate?
I would say that in order for it to be 100% irrefutable, it would have to be perfect.
Well, yeah, I agree with you.
Well, you just said it was
okay.
flawed.
Okay. So, what I'm trying to understand then is
Then you just made my argument.
no, I didn't make your argument. What I'm
Well,
trying
you
to
said it
understand.
was flawed.
What I'm trying to
and then you said-
understand how does that demonstrate God is real if science is flawed?
Oh, it doesn't.
It doesn't. Okay.
No,
So
no.
then where do you get your understanding from God?
My personal experiences mainly, and
Okay.
again,
How do you know
I
how do you
use,
know it's the Christian God and not some other God?
how do I know?
Yeah,
I don't know. I have faith.
you don't know. Okay, but how do you
I have
know
faith.
then that you're worshiping the right God? What if you're worshiping the wrong God?
I have faith.
You have faith, but how does that make it true?
It makes it true to me.
Okay, how does it make it objectively true?
Objectively true. I don't understand what that
Okay,
means.
what do you? Okay, objectively true means that everybody, that it's mind independently true. Like you would agree that 1 + 1 = 2 is objectively true, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
so if
according
somebody's
to
well,
American mathematics.
okay, well, which mathematics say it's not one? Which mathematics say
I don't know.
otherwise?
I
Okay, it's
wouldn't
not
say that
American
anymore.
mathematics. It's just mathematics. There is no American mathematics. I don't know where you got that
Okay.
from. Okay,
It's just,
so if somebody says 1 + 1 = 3, it's true to me. Is it true?
if it's true to them, then it's only true to them. It doesn't have to be true to you.
Okay, so we have an misunderstanding of what truth is, right? So are you saying then that if somebody says go on red and stop on green, that's truth? Because it's true to them, right?
Well, it's an option. I can run the red light.
No. If they're sitting behind you and they're honking you while the light's red, and they
Okay.
say go, and they say, you stupid idiot, go. The light's red. That means go. Are you just going to
Okay.
go? Or are you going to say, no, you idiot, the light's not red. It means stop.
I don't know. Maybe if I've
You
had
don't
a couple
know?
drinks, I'd hit the gas.
All right. Okay. Are we going to be serious here? Or because I think you're just,
promise
you're
I'm trying to be serious here.
Okay.
I am.
all right.
Yeah.
So-
So I do believe honestly that that you do have to have faith in science in order to
Okay.
build some kind of a case against believing in God.
Okay. So how does science build a case against believing in God? What evidence do you have of that?
I don't have any evidence of that.
Okay.
I
Why would you
assume
say that
you
then?
do.
Why would you say
I'm
that then?
assuming that you do.
Why would you assume that? I never said that.
Oh, I know. I said I am assuming. You know what
Okay.
assuming means? right?
Yeah, I know what assuming means. Why would you assume that?
Well, based off of other conversations with other atheists that I've had.
Okay. What I'm not other atheists. I'm me. So
Okay,
you think atheists are building a case against God? What the fuck is that? What is that? Where'd you
Well,
get that?
You're actively on here going against God, so you're actively building a case on TikTok.
I'm
right now.
actively asking for evidence if God is real. I want to know if God is real. I'm a
Well,
non-resistant
you have to humble
non-believer.
yourself to find that proof.
Okay. So are you familiar with 1 Peter 3 verse 15? This is the fourth time this is a record, guys, that I've had to do this. What does 1 Peter 3 verse 15 say? I think you've been here the whole time I've done this. So what does it say?
You mean?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure
I
you've
don't
been
know.
here for it. You don't know?
I've been scrolling through other pages.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. You must have done like the Q and come back. Okay. So here, let's bring it up. All right. So, because I want you to point me to where it says here that, okay. So it says here in verse 15, this is you. Always be ready to make your defense to anyone who demands from you an accounting for the hope that is in you. Yet do
Yeah.
it with gentleness and respect. So this is what I'm trying to understand. So what defense do you have? I'm demanding an accounting from you for the hope that's in you. And you're just saying, well, it's faith. And I'm, well, how do you know that's true? And
Well,
you're just
you have
pivoting
to-
to, well, science is all faith. Well, who cares? Okay. I'm asking
because-
you, what makes God real?
Okay, so
How do you know?
To me, I don't know if you know this or not, but when it comes to being a Christian, a lot of faith is involved. Would you
Okay.
agree?
Yes, I actually agree with that because I happen to think faith is belief without evidence. And I'm asking you, how does faith make it true? And you did say
Faith-
it doesn't. So,
Yeah, it doesn't.
okay.
You have to
So
have faith.
then, okay. So wouldn't you agree Hindus have faith too?
Sure.
Why aren't you a Hindu?
I don't want to be a Hindu.
You don't want to be a Hindu?
No.
Okay. But what if that's the true religion?
If so, then I guess I'm screwed, right?
You're screwed. Okay. So you don't care that you might not be backing the wrong horse?
No, I don't.
You don't care.
No.
Okay.
I believe in Jesus Christ, my Lord
Okay.
and Savior, and that's who
Okay.
I'm going. That's who I'm putting my faith in.
That's who you're putting your faith in. Okay.
Absolutely.
Even if you're wrong.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. So it sounds like you don't have any evidence.
Well, that is my evidence. I mean, that's my experience.
Your evidence is your experience, but then everybody else has evidence of their experience, because my experience is there is no God. So if my experience is there is no God, again, we're kind of back to square one. How can
How
having
are you getting there?
Well, the way I'm getting there is I'm looking at the evidence and it doesn't match up to reality.
What evidence are you looking at?
I'm looking at the Bible. I'm looking at, people responses like yours that
Responses
really,
like mine
that aren't really making sense. Because you're just saying
I'm sorry that it doesn't make
faith
sense
is
to you, but
my faith is in my evidence. Well, what does that mean? What does that even mean? How is that evidence?
Faith is a personal thing, right? Like my faith can be different than your faith, just like my hair can be different than
Well, I
your
don't have faith. I don't have any faith.
Well,
so I don't know what that means. Yeah.
So you do have faith in something.
No, I don't. I don't have faith in anything.
You do.
I do not. I do not.
You
You're a
have
mind
faith
reader
that
now?
your
Wait, hold on.
microphone in front of you is gonna
You're a
work.
mind reader? No, I can test it, right? So how do you test that God is real? I can test that my microphone works. Watch.
You have to have,
Here, watch.
you have to
I'll
have
turn it
faith
off. See when
that it's gonna keep working.
But then I hit the button, I turn it on. Now you can hear me. See, I just tested that my mic works. I don't have faith. I know my mic works. See, I just verified it. See, that's in my name, Trust But Verify. So how do you verify that God is real?
Through my personal experience.
Through your personal experience, which others have had personal experiences just like yours, but of different gods. So how does that verify that you're God?
If it's a different God, then it's obviously not just like mine.
Okay, so that means there are other gods that are real then.
No, that's your assumption.
No, I'm trying to understand from you. Okay, I'm just trying to make sense of what you're saying. This isn't making sense because you're saying, well, it's my personal experience that makes it true. Okay, great. Other people have had the same personal experiences that make it true for something completely different. So
then it's not, if it's completely different, then it's not the same.
It's a completely different belief.
Okay, well then it's not the same.
It's you've come to different conclusions. It's like it's like somebody. Okay, then. So what you're saying? Okay, what are your experiences?
I have a couple. Most of them you would probably laugh at, but it's like, again, my children. I've seen things in this world that I conclude to myself that no other thing but God could have created that. That's what I conclude to myself when I see it with my own eyes.
Talk to a Muslim who said his children are evidence that Allah is real.
Talk to who?
A Muslim. He said, because of my children, that tells me Allah is real. So Allah is real. Allah is real.
No, to him, Allah is real.
No. We're looking for something objectively true. Like, would you say, I mean, is your mom only exist to you? Or does she exist to everybody?
Well, my mom is like a person that I can show you.
Yeah.
Nobody can show you Allah.
Is God a person?
Is
he a being?
I really don't know how to answer that question.
Well, he's got a mind, right? He's a being. He's a mind. He has words. He has feelings. You're not sure.
I'm really not sure about that.
All right. Anything else?
God is in, like, are you talking about Jesus Christ or God like Yahweh?
There's two different gods. Aren't they the same?
Well, there's a Father, Son, there's a Holy Ghost.
Right. But is Jesus God?
Yes.
Okay. So
he's also the Son, right? He's the Son.
Also the Son, but he's also God, right? So was it Jesus?
Is that the one you're referring to?
Was it Jesus making decisions in the Old Testament, or was it God?
God. Jesus. Jesus was God.
Okay. So Jesus and God are the same.
Yes.
Okay. And so, so anything else?
No, I don't guess so. You got to have faith, right? I choose to put my faith in Jesus Christ.
All right. Appreciate you coming up. Have a good one.
Yep. Y'all have a good one.
Well, it's
Definitely.
just
Yeah.
weird. Or
Yeah,
maybe
it was just very like circular and like just nonsensical. It just, I don't know. I don't know why, like he was there for like 2 hours, 2.5 hours, like bring me up, bring me. I'm like, okay, for that? I thought it would be something a lot better.
Yeah.
I really thought it would. Ooh, okay. Well, I got time for one more. Yeah. Let's do one more.
I made a cheeseburger today
Nice.
for my dinner.
Word.
Yeah. It's from a farm that I like. I know the owners. They're very nice. They make great burgers.
Right on. How you doing, Shanice?
Hi, good night. I'm great. How are you?
All right, good. Can I get your are you at least 18 and what are your pronouns?
I'm 27. I'm female. Was
Okay.
born a female.
Okay. So that your sex is a female. That's great. Which pronouns do you use as a female?
She, her.
Fantastic. All right. And which God do you believe in?
I believe in myself. I'm atheist. I don't.
Oh,
believe
you're
in
atheist. Oh, okay. We're wanting to talk to people who believe in the God of the Bible, the Torah, the Quran.
Oh.
Yeah. But hey, I
Okay,
appreciate you
sorry,
coming
I
up.
didn't-
Yeah, no worries. Appreciate you coming up. Have a good day. All right. So, yeah, I want to do one more. That's why I kind of made it quick. All right. Let's try this one. How's it going?
Yo, hello?
Yeah. Can I get your age and pronouns, please?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can I get your age and
that's
pronouns? Yeah.
I'm 18. I'm a he, him.
He, him? Okay. And which God do you believe in?
Allah.
Allah. Okay. Justice for Aisha. Right on. All right. And what's your best evidence that God is real?
Okay. Can I pull it up? Because I have like a little...
Okay. What are we doing?
I'm just pulling it up on my, what's it called? My Google.
Oh,
Doc.
okay. Okay. I got you. Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, let's start with the Big Bang.
Oh, okay.
You guys
The
say,
Kalam.
what's it called?
Here we go.
Yep.
All right. What about the Big Bang?
You guys say the universe was created by the Big Bang, right?
Okay. So
Is that
how
what
does
you
that?
believe?
Yeah. How does that demonstrate God is real?
Okay.
It's not even.
And you guys...
Yeah. What
know
is
that,
our?
like,
How does
something
our?
caused the Big
How
Bang,
does?
right?
Okay.
Let me get my point.
Something caused the
Okay.
Big Bang. Okay. What's your evidence
Right?
of that?
Well, we know
That's
what caused it. Actually.
like what's it called? The two atoms?
Nope. It was dark matter expanding.
Yeah.
The
No.
dark matter expanding, yeah, but there was an explosion that caused the Big Bang.
No. It wasn't an explosion.
Nope. The Big Bang is not an explosion.
It's an
It was called the
expansion.
Big Bang to try and discredit it.
Hmm?
It was called the Big Bang to try and ridicule it.
Yeah, and so science just adopted it,
Yeah.
but it's actually an expansion of the universe was once in a hot, dense state, and it rapidly expanded.
It expanded.
In an interaction
Okay.
with
Because of-
with quantum fields, Higgs fields, all those kind of fields, and dark matter or dark energy, dark energy. My bad, dark energy.
Okay, my fault. Thank
Yeah.
you for letting me know. I actually didn't know that. So it expanded, right? Like, and what caused this
Still
expansion? Do you
expanding.
know?
Still expanding.
It's
Well, I
still
just told
expanding.
you. Yeah,
Dark
interaction. Yeah, dark matter
Okay.
and dark energy interacting with fields, and it being in a hot,
And
dense
something
state.
had to will the dark matter, right?
No. What evidence do we have of that?
No.
Yeah,
I mean,
we have no evidence of that.
okay, we have no evidence of that, but something had to have willed
Why?
because
Because
something can't happen without a cause.
something can't happen without a cause.
Yeah.
Energy has no cause. It cannot be created nor destroyed.
Yeah. Gravity has no cause.
Well, it does. Mass.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. It does have a cause. But we also have evidence that it's always been. That's eternal.
Yeah.
And
Energy can be created nor destroyed.
yeah, and time doesn't have a cause. Yeah, and space doesn't have a cause. So we have
Wait,
evidence of all that.
do
We have
you-
evidence that
what's
time,
it
space,
called?
gravity, and energy have no cause, that they've always existed. We have evidence of that. So what evidence do we have that God is real?
Okay, let's say the universe always existed, or like the matter. There was something there, and that the universe existed, right?
Yeah.
Why would it exist?
I don't know. Does it need a reason?
I think it does.
Why?
Because wait, damn, I'm actually not prepared at all.
Yeah. You wanna come back another day?
Can you give me like 2 minutes?
10 minutes? Well,
2 minutes. 2 minutes.
2 minutes?
Yeah.
All right, we'll give you 2 minutes. Yeah. Clock will tick though.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Thank you.
Yep. Well, this is good. Okay, we need some good music for this.
Like the Beatles?
Yeah, maybe. Ooh, elevator and jazz music? Oh, here we go. 15 minutes of Jeopardy music.
Jazz.
Oh, I got. Sorry, it's backfeeding.
I didn't know it took that long to find an answer from ChatGPT.
Yeah, and it was creating like this. The backfeed effect was creating crickets, which is kind of funny. But here, I'll leave the live real quick, so then I can play the. Should I do crickets or the Jeopardy song? I can do crickets for a while. We'll just do crickets. There we go. Oh, it's only 10 seconds long. Let's see what else. Oh, here we go. This one's a lot longer.
MJ, MG, or MJJ, the air you breathe, that's just oxygen
alright.
caused by plants, caused by evolution.
Yeah. We know how the air we breathe is here.
Yeah. Also, oxygen is the reason why we age.
Yeah.
It breaks down our telomeres.
Yeah. It breaks down our telomeres. Oh, yeah, that's good. I like that. Yeah.
Telomeres are basically how long you can live, which is why a ton of testing on like royal lineages, like the Queen's royal lineage, find, oh wow, they have really long telomeres. So, yeah.
Interesting.
So theoretically, you could make someone who is like, drop my phone on my plate.
Oh, no worries. Hope your plate didn't get all like burgery or whatever you want to call it.
My plate was already burgery. My phone did not. Thankfully, though.
Okay, that's good. That's good. But let's see what else. What else we got in the chat comments here. Bloody oxygen. That bloody oxygen. If oxygen was evidence for God, oxygen literally would be everywhere in the universe. Exactly. Like 99.9999% of the universe doesn't have oxygen in it. Yeah. So, yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for that.
Oh, welcome back. All right. Yeah, no worries. Okay, what else you got?
Right. So we can go back to like the dark matter.
Okay, back to the dark matter.
Mm-hmm. You guys explained that dark matter like expanded.
Mm-hmm.
Caused the expansion.
Yeah, caused expansion. Now we're still trying to understand you, because we're asking you for the evidence.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, if dark matter didn't create itself, right? It's matter which obeys its physical laws.
Mm-hmm. E equals MC squared.
Yep.
Matter and energy.
Matter
Energy turns into matter. Matter turns into energy. right?
Well, for dark
Okay,
matter, we don't
then
know.
where did dark matter and the laws of physics come from?
Laws of physics always existed.
Okay. How does it always exist?
Because time, space, energy, and gravity have always existed, and they follow the laws of physics. So if they follow the laws of physics, that means laws of physics have always had to exist.
Then where did dark matter come from?
Dark matter operates differently. They're not sure. They don't know.
They're not sure.
Yeah, physicists aren't
Okay,
sure.
so
Believes to have originated in yeah, so they're not sure. So still not sure how this demonstrates that a God is real. Not sure how this demonstrates that.
well, if like, you know, we have dark matter and it's a component of the universe.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you need something before that for the existence?
Yeah, the universe has always existed. So
But
the
you
universe
guys,
the universe has always existed, and we've had these, you know, because like the universe is like a manifold, right? It's like a container
mhm.
of all the things in it, and you know that container is made of, you know, gravity, time, space, energy, those things. So if they're the container, and then all the stuff in it makes up
But
the rest of the universe, which is matter, which is fields, which is, you know, particles, electrons, all that stuff. Gases, you know, ice, all water, liquids, you know. So I'm not, yeah, and I would just hold that the laws of physics, along with fields, you know, the different fields that we have, like quantum fields, Higgs fields, gravity fields, that
wait,
I would
I think you're
say,
confusing
my
me a
guess
little
would
bit.
be
It's
that
what's it
say
called?
dark matter, that's how dark matter was created. But scientists aren't sure. Still not sure though that how that points to a God.
That what? I
I'm
thought
not
what's
sure
it called? Before the, no,
I'm not
before the
sure
dark
how
matter.
I'm not sure how all
Dark
that points
matter
to a
caused the
God.
universe, right?
Yeah, but I'm not sure how that all
So
points
how
to
did
a
the
God.
universe always exist?
No,
Well,
dark matter caused
it's
expansion.
yeah,
It didn't
Expanded the
cause
universe, but
the
before the
dark
universe
dark matter
expanded, what was
caused
it?
the expansion.
It was a hot
So
dense state.
yeah, it's a hot dense
Before the
state.
hot hot dense state, we don't know. It's
Yeah, we don't know.
To quote Neil deGrasse Tyson, it's an unknown field of science.
Yeah, so
There's
we're still
models.
not
There's very good models, but
You could say that you don't know, or
still
you
not
could
sure.
say
But see,
that there
this
was a
isn't
creator
okay.
that created it.
Hold on. Yeah, you could say that, but you'd have to give evidence that a creator created it. We have evidence that the universe always existed. We have quantum mechanics. Okay, we have the quantum eternity theorem. We've got the BGV theorem. We've got you know, many worlds interpretation. We got a lot of evidence, and you know, it doesn't mean 100% that the universe always existed. It is evidence. All right, and for me, I use evidence to believe in things.
Mhm.
All right.
Of course.
So for me, I'm about 65, 70% sure that the universe has always existed. So what I'm trying to understand from you is, because we can't explain everything, how does this evidence that God is real? Because I could easily say, well, since we have evidence that the universe always existed, then that's evidence that God isn't real. And you would say, well, that's hogwash. That's terrible. That's a terrible argument, which I would agree with you. It's a terrible argument, but I'm not making that argument. I'm asking you, what is your evidence that God is real?
Well, that's my evidence that like the expansion is a starting point, right?
Okay. So it's
If
your evidence
something
of
has
God
a
is
starting
real.
point, something has
Is that okay? But because something had to start it. But how do you know that's
Yeah.
God?
I'm just saying. Well, I'm not saying. Well, God is a higher being, right?
Well, according to you, but you would have to demonstrate that. How do you know God is a higher being? What is your evidence of that?
Okay. I'm not trying to prove which God is right. I'm just trying to prove that God is there, right? You could call him any other name. It doesn't have to be God.
Okay. So how do you know it's a higher being?
Because we are beings, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Can we create the universe?
No.
So there has to be a higher being that
Why
can
would,
create
if the universe always existed, why would it need to be created?
Okay, expanded. My fault. That was
Okay.
the wrong way of wording
All
it.
right. Well, why would
The universe
why
had
would
a starting point, or the
why would
expansion had a starting
why
point.
would a being need to expand it? Why can't it just expand according
Why
to the laws of physics?
why would it expand by itself?
The laws of physics. So it didn't expand by itself. The laws of
Okay, wait,
physics.
wait. Okay, I'm confused now.
Okay.
The laws of physics.
So the laws of
caused it to
physics, the
expand.
laws of physics, scientists have observed that the laws of physics make particles appear and disappear, like appear out of nowhere and then disappear again. Okay. And it's energy interacting with fields. So they see particles pop into existence and then pop right back out of existence and then pop in someplace else into existence and pop right back out. They have what's called quantum entanglements when two particles in two completely different places are connected. So this is all according to the laws of physics. It's not because of some God. So if that's the case, because of the laws of physics, these things are happening, why does a God need to be involved for the expansion of the universe?
Don't the laws of physics like describe the universe?
Yeah, it's descriptive.
How can it create something? Okay, how can it create something?
Okay, so again, what I'm trying to understand is if the universe has always existed, how can something that's always existed, that's eternal, be created? How can it be created? Because then my question to you would be then what created God?
There had to be some, like, you can't.
Well, you're just saying
keep
there
going
had
back.
to be. Demonstrate it. You can't just say there had to be. Demonstrate that there was. Prove it.
Well, you can't prove nothing fully, just like you can't prove the universe is.
I didn't ask
has
you to
always
prove
been
it
there.
fully. I just said give evidence, not just there had to be.
I am
I
giving
didn't.
evidence.
Okay, but I didn't.
There
No.
had to be.
I didn't say to you there had to be. There has to be an eternal universe. I didn't. I never said that, did I? I said we have evidence of an eternal universe, and I listed all of the evidence. Did you hear me say that earlier? You heard
Yeah,
me
you
say
did.
it, right?
No,
Yeah,
I
I
heard that.
did.
I heard it.
Yeah. So I didn't say there has to be an eternal universe. I just said we have evidence of an eternal universe. Here is the evidence. So
Okay.
So that's what I'm asking from you. Not there has to be a God. I'm asking you, here's evidence of a God. What is the evidence?
Wait, say that again.
You're saying there's a God.
Okay.
And I'm asking you, what is the evidence of the God? So I'm asking you to put it in the same way I put it. When I said there's evidence of an eternal universe, here is the evidence. So what I'd ask you to do is say, there's evidence of a God, here is the evidence, and then give me the evidence. Consciousness is the evidence of God. How? Because we know that consciousness comes from brains. So how do we know consciousness is from God?
Produced by the brain.
Produced by the brain. And how we know that? Because if you smash your brain in, no more consciousness.
It's like matter. Matter is
Okay.
an emergent property of energy.
I might have to
Consciousness is an
go on
emergent
to
property.
a little bit of a subtopic because I might not be able to explain this properly. Even if the universe was eternal, the order, the laws, and its ability to support life, there had to be an eternal, and there was a conscience cause.
Well, you keep saying there had to be, and how do you know that?
Because you can't have something without a creator.
Why not? Why not?
Again,
because something created you, no?
Well, my mom and my dad, yeah.
Yeah, and your mom and your dad created, or your mom and dad were created by their moms and dads.
Uh-huh.
You keep going up to one point, and that was your common ancestor, right?
Yeah, common ancestor.
Okay.
We're kind of pivoting, but again, I just told you
you had to have a
Hold
common
on.
creator.
Okay, well, how do we know that? Because again, I just told you that scientists have observed particles appearing in and out of existence, out of nowhere, and they have been able to demonstrate. They've been able to demonstrate it as the laws of physics that do this. So I'm trying to. It follows the laws of physics. So I'm trying to understand if you're saying there had to be a creator, that's evidence that there is no creator. they're just popping in and out of existence, and they follow the laws of physics. So if that's the case, then why does there have to be a creator? All right, what's ChatGPT say?
I gotta wait for him to answer.
Okay.
No, I got you.
I got you. Yeah, that's all right. It's not the first time someone's come up with ChatGPT, so it's all good.
It's not ChatGPT. I'm just looking up on Google.
Google, fair.
But
Gemini, yeah, that's fair.
No. But okay. You're a funny guy. I like you.
Nah, you're a good sport, man. You're a good sport. It's all right.
You are the mostly honest interlocutor. So
Yeah, you are pretty honest. Yeah, you're. I'd say yeah. I think he's right up there with the Mormon, huh? If not, yeah, an honest Muslim. Yeah, I like that.
I'd say Mormonism. I'd say that Islam is, probably a lot less racist than Mormonism.
That's true. Although I did get called a house N-word by a Muslim one time.
Well, you can't judge the religion off of one person.
No.
Person,
I'm not judging off one person.
Okay.
I just said, so I'm not saying all Muslims are racist. I'm not saying that. I just said I ran into a racist who happened to be a Muslim. And he called me a house N-word. I think, I'll find it in, you know what? I'll clip it. It's on YouTube. I'll go back and clip it. I've been meaning to do it.
Okay. What's it called? Can something come from nothing?
No.
Nope.
And we don't, and scientists don't believe that. Yeah. So we agree with you.
So
something can't
so
come
the
from
universe
nothing.
So the universe must have had a cause outside itself.
No. No.
Then
Then that means God
how
must
does
have
that
had a
work?
cause. Well, then God must have had a cause outside of himself. It's the same thing.
Well, I
That's
mean,
different?
if we keep doing that, we're never gonna get to a point, because if something always had to have had a cause, we would have never existed.
Right. Unless it always existed, right? Unless it eternally existed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So if it eternally existed, then there is no uncaused cause, right?
Yeah, but you say it expanded. There had to be a cause.
Yeah. Laws of physics.
Yep, the laws of physics say there's no. The laws of physics say the particles come from nothing, but something can't come from nothing.
They come from energy fields.
Yeah, energy fields, which
Matter
is not
comes from
nothing.
energy fields, which happened after the Big Bang began. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
and
I thought the Big Bang didn't exist. Okay, now you guys are putting me in like a little.
The Big Bang came from the Big Bang expanded from a hot dense state due to dark matter and dark energy, which we are still not we are unsure of.
We're still not sure how that happened.
Okay, we're not sure how that happened, but something had to have caused it, no? Because it can't come from nothing.
Yeah, the laws of physics.
Yes.
Okay.
But prove it's God.
Yeah, that's what we're asking you to do.
Your claim.
Yeah, your claim is it's God, and we're asking you, how do you know it's God that caused this? Because I think what you're trying to say is somebody caused it.
Mm-hmm.
And so how do you and so how do you know it's, because I think what you're trying to say is something intelligent caused it?
Yeah.
Okay, how do you know it was something intelligent? Maybe go down the intelligent angle. Maybe we'll get somewhere. How do you know it's intelligent?
Because also the universe is fine-tuned. It's fine-tuned to a point.
Bro.
And it cannot explain itself.
This is our third fine-tuned. This is our third fine-tuned argument today. This is a record. Yeah. Welsh.
Oh, that's fine.
Welsh. This is a record. This is definitely a record. The third fine-tuned argument of the day. So
I mean,
it's actually impressive.
Live, we usually get we get a decent amount of them because we go pretty quick through people. So.
Oh, okay. That might be too, because I've been burning through people pretty quick. So yeah. Okay, well, let's go back to the fine tune. My bad, Yeezy.
Mm-hmm.
Go back to the fine tune. Okay, why would you say it's? And so, what does fine tune mean to you?
Fine tune means certain things have to have happened for this to exist.
Okay,
well,
and then
is it fine tuned for life?
Yeah.
What's
is
up?
Is it fine tuned for life? Yeah. Oh, Welsh, I have a really good question for you. You can take this one home with you, but I'll wait. So go ahead, Yeezy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
So
his question was, is it fine tuned for life? But I got a really good one. Watch this. Go ahead.
I guess, yeah, I guess.
You
Let's go for
guess?
that.
All
Mhm.
right. Go ahead, Welsh. Take it away.
Okay, so fine-tuned for life. Are you sure?
Mhm.
All right. Oxygen is the reason why we age, yet it is needed for us. Oxygen degrades us over time and
Mhm.
eventually makes us die. Also, the sun gives us cancer. There's the gravity causes people to fall and kill and unalive.
Well, if gravity was a little bit higher, would we not just have not existed? Or like if it was slightly stronger or weaker?
Can you prove that it could have been higher? It could have been any different.
I mean,
Can you show me you're making a claim about some sort of probability, I'm guessing.
mhm. Can I show you if
Probability
gravity
needs
was slightly
demonstration.
stronger, would we die? Is that what I mean?
I don't know.
Is that what you mean?
We
I'm
don't
sorry.
know.
Like, is that your
It's
question?
possible. Yeah. It's possible.
Gravity kills people.
Gravity can kill people. However,
Currently.
yeah. But another way to look at it is okay, so let's just say you're right, Yeezy. Let's just say you're correct. That if gravity weren't the way it is, Earth might not be here. You might be right about that. Okay.
Okay.
How do you know that gravity has always been the same? What if it changed?
We don't.
Okay, we don't. So it's possible it may have changed,
from
right?
what we know right now, it's
From
always
what
been
we
the
know,
same, right?
it's always been the same. You're right.
Okay, so we're going off what we know.
Yep, we're going off what we know. Okay. Now, here's another way to look at it. Because Welsh was kind of going down this line. 99.999999% of the universe is uninhabitable by life, cannot sustain life.
Yep.
Why would a god create an entire universe in which almost all of it cannot sustain life if this was fine-tuned to sustain life?
I mean, have we explored 99.99% of the universe?
We haven't physically been there. However, what we can see are like different signatures. Like, for example, our Earth gives off certain signatures. Okay, like heat signatures, chemical signatures, gas signatures, etc. And then what we do is we take that data and then we look around elsewhere in the universe for those signatures, because we know those signatures can indicate that this planet can support life. And so we look around in other universes and we look for those signatures, and we're not finding them. We find them in very few places. However, we have found some planets that have the same signatures, like exoplanets. They have the same signatures. Yeah, they have the same signatures. So
the planet that
go ahead.
we're
Welsh.
99% sure has at least some sort of plankton on it, or some sort of life, like plankton-like life, because the makeup of the atmosphere can only currently, to all our current knowledge, can only be explained by a plankton-like organism living there and creating the type of atmosphere. It's not exactly oxygen in some of the makeup of the atmosphere that we're able to observe.
Yeah.
Okay, so the main topic is...
So we don't know for sure. You're right. We don't know for sure because we haven't physically, literally been there. However, it's giving us all of the signatures that I explained earlier and what Welsh has said, that plankton live there. So we're pretty sure plankton live there. But see, the thing is with these signatures, we're not finding them in all parts of the universe. So that tells us that over 99% of the universe is uninhabitable. That, unless maybe there could be other type of life forms that survive in some other way, but at least us carbon-based life forms, no.
Isn't that also just like a perspective of like the scale?
Well,
the habitable part seems tiny, but like, wouldn't certain things, even though it's far away from us, like if a star was slightly closer, it would have bumped into that star, into that star, into that star. This is also hypothetical, so like you don't have to.
Yeah, it wouldn't do that because the universe is so vast. Like stars wouldn't bump into each other like that. So at least we
Okay.
haven't observed it, as far as I can tell. As far as I know, we haven't observed like stars crashing into each other. We haven't seen that.
Well,
like
I mean,
most.
Doesn't mean it won't
pulsars,
happen.
Wait,
We're
can I
just
keep
saying
going?
we
I
haven't
think
seen it.
pulsar are actually I think pulsar.
Oh,
basically.
but yeah, pulsars
Yeah.
are two stars
Yeah.
that orbit around each other, and then they eventually.
Mhm.
Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're
form
right.
like one
Okay,
star.
we've
But,
seen pulsar. Yeah.
but I mean, we've seen it's called galactic cannibalization. It's a very like violent process. It's when another galaxy
I have like a
eats
minute
another
30 left. Can I
galaxy.
just get my point across before like the time's done?
All right.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Because most of the universe is empty space. It can, or I would suppose, keeps the planets like Earth. It could be safe from collisions, radiation, or chaos
Sure.
from gravity. Like, without the vastness, life could not exist here.
Okay.
Could that be true?
Maybe, maybe not. Now, let me ask you this. Now what is our purpose? What purpose did God create us for, like humans?
I would, for my like what I believe in, we were created as a test.
As a test. Okay. So, could God have created electrons with minds to run this test?
Yeah.
He could have, right? But he didn't. Okay. So here's the argument I was telling you about, Welsh. So then if that's the case, then that wouldn't you say that God could have created this universe any way he wanted to?
Yes.
Okay.
This is how he wanted to create it then.
Yeah, this is how you wanted to create it. So then that means then the fine-tuning aspects, they didn't have to be this way, right? It could have been any way that God wanted.
But it is this way.
But it is this way. But he could have put it any way he wanted. So what I'm saying, though, is that if God put this any way he wanted, that means the fine-tuning, there is no fine-tuning, really. I mean, yeah, it's fine-tuned in that sense, but it's not that otherwise nothing would have existed, because God could have created it any other way. He could have fine-tuned in a different way for electrons with minds to exist so that he could run his test, right? So he could test electrons with minds. But instead, he chose to create humans with minds to test us, right?
I think this, like, that argument wouldn't really work because we were already created. Like, we can't just say he could have created something else.
But you're right. But you agree he could have created something else, right?
Of course. But how does that prove he's not real?
We're not trying to prove he's not real. We're trying to get you to prove that he is real. You see the difference? We're asking you why. We're asking you evidence. We're not giving evidence that he's not. All I'm saying is responding to your evidence, saying it's fine-tuned. And I said, well, if it's really fine-tuned only for human life, then he could have just created electrons with minds and just run his test on them. But he didn't. He did it on us. So that just kind of destroys the fine-tuning argument that it's only for this existence or for us or whatever. Could have done it for anybody, for anything. So yeah, he could have fine-tuned it for them. He could have fine-tuned it for this or that. Yeah, it doesn't really mean anything. Well, hey, listen, Yeezy, time is up and I do have to go. So I appreciate you coming up.
Yep, thank you.
Yeah, thanks for the talk. Yeah,
Very
good
nice
talk.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
so
thank you, TBV.
Of course,
Thank
that
you.
was fun. Okay,
that's
so if you
great.
guys aren't following Welsh Dragon,
Yes.
you ought to.
Please follow.
Please do. Yeah, please do. As you see, he was a fantastic co-host.
I think I'm gonna hop over to evidence first. I think he's still alive currently.
All right.
If he's not, then I'll see you guys another time.
All right.
But it was very nice talking to you.
It was very nice
Very
talking
nice
to you.
people.
Yeah, and thank you for reaching out, and we're gonna have to have you come
it
back
was very
soon.
nice.
That was fun.
Yeah, no, I'd love to.
Had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
All right, Welsh Dragon.
I'll see you guys later.
Okay. Enjoy the rest of your
Thank
night. All right, take care. All right. So that was fun. Welsh Dragon was delightful. I think they were. So I hope you guys enjoyed Welsh Dragon. What'd you guys think? W. Welsh, yeah, totally agree.
Sorry. Yes, Welsh was great. I enjoy when people are kind of a fount of knowledge.
Yeah, right. He just wanted to like just spit all his knowledge out, which was awesome. I love it. So yeah, I really like that. So I thought he was very pleasant and fun to hang out with. So I'm glad you guys enjoyed that. That was a lot of fun. So again, yeah, Welsh Dragon and the accent does make it better. Yeah, you're right. Pentagon. It does. And he was a good sport when I was giving him a hard time about being British. He was a good sport. So so that was a lot of fun. So here are the mods for our community, and they, speaking of doing a fantastic job, mods do a fantastic job. Yeah, accent is +6 IQ points. Oh, that's funny. So these are the mods who do a fantastic job. And of course we have the mods Rainbow Ash, the lovely Rainbow Ash, and the lovely Blaster Master 80, and the lovely Pseudo V Science over on the YouTube side. And Peg the Patriarchy also, although I haven't seen Peg today. So don't know where they're at. But of course, W YouTube, yeah, absolutely. And W mods. So if you have any coins left, I know you guys were throwing down a lot of coins to Welsh, which was awesome of you. But if you have any to spare, please give some to the mods too, because they absolutely deserve it. So thank you, mods, for not banning me for the caps. Hey, no worries. So thank you guys so much. Thank you all. You guys are all amazing. So I think the last bit of business we have to do is we got to find another live to go into. Oh yeah. I'm still going to post the document for the Book of Mormon anachronisms, because that's what I had. I got a document listing all the Book of Mormon anachronisms, and then it lining up with what I call the dialectical approach system. I don't know. I came up with like a stupid name. I don't know. It may not be the name forever, but it's already got 3 versions, so I probably just stick with it. The Bible guy. Okay, I guess is that the one we're going with? The Bible guy? Is that who we're gonna raid? I'm okay with that. Unless we have some other Bible guy or evidence first. I think we did evidence first the other day. We did evidence first yesterday. We did evidence first. So let's do someone different today. Let's do the Bible guy. Let's do that. And I think the Bible guy would really appreciate that. Yeah, let's do that. Bible guy is on right now. So, and the Bible guy is on YouTube as well. So this will be a unified raid. I like that. Missed the raid last night. That's okay. But you're here for today's raid. So that's all that matters. So you're here for today's raid. So let's go raid the Bible guy on both platforms. And let's just show up and show out. W raids. All right. Well, guys, I will see you over there. I'll hop in and say hello and do my part. And otherwise, guys, have a great rest of your Tuesday. Hope you guys have a great Tuesday, and I will see you all tomorrow. All right. This was a fun one today. I got a lot of content, and we had some wild guests today. So this one was a lot of fun. All right. I will see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Have a great night. Bye.
You too, Tress. We'll see you later. Bye.